What's up, Johnny?
How you diddling?
I'm alright, mate. It's the rest of them.
Oh, no, yeah. I keep telling myself that.
Anyway, welcome everyone to another Friday night, Saturday morning stream with others.
I see that's setting a high tone for the night.
Yep.
It's going to be like that, is it? Okay, then.
Yeah,
Well, you're
sounds
others.
like it.
I could have
Hey,
said
I'm the
with
one
them.
I'm the one and only. I'm not the others. I'm the one and only.
Oh, I see.
Hey, look, if I don't toot my own horn, no fucker else will.
Oh, I don't know, mate. I know I wouldn't. Might be some desperate people out there.
Yeah, might be.
I wouldn't touch your horn with a 10-foot pole, put it that way.
Well, you'd need one.
Yeah. Hello, Ian.
Hello,
welcome,
Ian.
mate. So, another week closer.
Indeed. I've actually booked the day off for the first time in my entire gaming life.
Yeah, you said that last week. I
Did
remember. I
Yeah,
remember
you're
stuff.
slacker. Slacker.
Slacker than what?
He's a slacker.
Oh.
Having the day off.
Well, yeah. What can you do, you know?
Oh, no. He's done
That's a fun
it.
Oh, the boss said I was such an exceptional worker that I deserved a day off.
Is it?
Yeah, but I wouldn't believe a word he says. He tells everybody that.
Even Ian remembers you saying that, mate.
That's me age. Come on.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Hey, come on, if Johnny can remember it, deal.
I know.
Yeah, but it's the first time he's remembered anything.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Aha,
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Doc.
Yo.
Well, hello, everybody. And welcome to the Madhouse.
There's a house and that's mad. Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh.
That's all. Right on. 255.
So I was watching some of the Giants videos on 22.
Uh-huh.
I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they've actually. I watched Farmer Klein's stream where he had the guy from the US, got there from the US office at Giants, and some of the things he was saying that there's going to be used equipment, which is pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Only thing is, you just got to grab what you can when it comes up by the looks of it.
Well, yeah.
So you won't be able to just go there and buy, I'm shopping for a combine. Oh, look, there's one. You're just going to have to hope that there is one when you go there.
Yeah.
What?
But then again, I suppose that's like in real life, isn't it, I suppose?
Oh, yeah.
If you go to a used car sales place, for instance, and you want a Jaguar, and they haven't got one, you just have to wait till they go on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question, Doc?
I think I just missed this whole conversation.
Nothing
Oh,
new
there's
there. Eh?
there's a lot of stuff that is going to be pretty cool. Like, let's say you can play with seasons, right? Let's say you play with the full-blooded seasons, which of course we will
Yeah.
do. We'll try.
I think I think I know what you're gonna say. Go on, carry on.
Let's just, well, some of the crops are going to wither because it's, you know, let's just say you haven't had time to get all the crops off. And you know that tomorrow when the weather changes, you're going to lose what's left in the field. You can pause, if you wish, the seasons until you get the crop off, and then you unpause it and it flicks to the start of the new whatever it is.
Oh right, yeah,
You
yeah.
can
That's
do-
not what I thought you were gonna say.
And
Carry on.
also, let's just say you're not a big fan of seasons, and you don't use it. You can
you mean if you're
select.
Johnny?
You can select a season to play in. Let's just say you like the look of autumn with the orangey
Yeah.
sort of trees and stuff. You can play in autumn constantly with that
That's
background.
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah,
That,
well, there's-
I
yeah,
like that
as
idea.
well. Yeah.
Like a manual seasons?
Yeah.
No, say
Kind of.
say for instance, if you want, if you like the way autumn looks on the map, for instance, right?
Yeah.
You can play constantly in autumn. It'll always be autumn.
It'll always look that way.
Yeah, but I
or,
mean, you could
always summer or winter or whatever.
I guess
Yeah, but say we're playing, and now we're harvesting, so we could switch it to autumn, and then when we're planting, we could switch it to spring.
I'm not sure. I think you may have to select it at the start of the game. I don't know. Don't know the full details.
Yeah,
Well, we'll find out. But
Well, yeah.
yeah.
what's this
Hey,
about the
Gizmo.
shop not having everything that's in the shop?
Oh, that's for the used items.
Used vehicles.
Used vehicles.
Oh, so they have a used vehicles part then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You've just got to
like-
keep an eye out what comes into the dealership. You can't just go
Oh.
there and expect there to be a harvester there or a Challenger tractor or whatever, you know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's you can. All right, that's cool. I like that. I'm glad they brought that back.
Sounds like they're trying to do what we've been asking them to do for a while, and that's give us options
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
than just setting stuff in stone. This is what you're getting.
Yeah.
They're giving us new stuff, and they're saying, right, okay, well, if you like this, you can do that. But if you don't like that, you can do this.
Yeah, well, they did.
Yeah.
They've stated several times, we have been listening to you, and we've tried to implement this or that, and yeah, you know, and they've said it
Well,
in several videos that they have been listening.
Well, the whole
Yeah, you see-
building placement thing and everything, and the fences. It's just,
Yeah,
they
love
fixed
that.
it all.
It's all built into the game. There's no need to have gigabytes of extra mods in there for a stupid fence that you're putting
Yeah,
along 10
exactly.
feet of the road. You know.
But you click and drag the damn thing.
Yeah,
Put your
that's right.
gates
It's
in.
not. Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna have Giants gates, which means everything's gonna work the same.
Yep. And they're all going to
It's-
actually work.
No conflicts or anything.
Yeah.
So all you'll have
Well,
to do
hopefully.
is load your map into the game, click and drag fences in the game, and
Yeah.
then just take your save game and put it into your base map.
Yeah.
Is it placeable? Freaking done.
Yes, I do love that. And you can actually design and make your own farm from scratch. You know.
Yeah, they've done it. I think they wanted it for this game. They just didn't have enough time to develop it.
Yeah.
Oh no, they didn't. They didn't have enough
I
time
think
to
that-
get it right.
Because that whole system wasn't, when it was released, that whole system wasn't even in there.
No. I do
They did-
hope that the modders out there focus on the more important parts of the game, like some of the script mods, you know, rather than bring in a model from 19 of a tractor that we don't really need, but bring it in converted from 19, which the model was originally converted from 17, who took it out of 15, and it's like friggin' the model's 5 years old, 10 years old, and they bring it into 22 and it looks like a piece of poo just because they happen to like that tractor. I think equipment-wise...
It looks 5 or 10 years old, doesn't it? That's why.
That's right, yeah. And I think equipment-wise in 22, we're damn spoiled. I really don't think there's many things out there that anyone could be desperate for, unless maybe a particular trailer. But then again, I think the modders should build it from scratch, not convert one from 13 that was converted for 15, that was converted for 17 and 19, and now let's convert it for 22. Gee, what a wonderful looking trailer. Textures are wrong, it's glitchy. Same size trailer in 22 is only 6 megabytes, but yours is 25. Yeah, wonderful. Let's fill the mod folder up with these huge...
I don't know why you're going on this, because most of the stuff on Mod Hub is original or redone models.
Yes, I know that. But there are modders out there that don't go to that trouble.
Yeah, but they're not on Mod Hub. And
no, I know.
If you go download those, then that's your own fault.
Yes.
Who cares?
Yeah,
most of the people that do these conversions don't know what they're doing anyway.
No, they don't.
It's because they used it in the previous game, in the previous game before that, in the previous game before that.
Yeah.
I mean, that stupid John Deere plow that we got's from 13.
Yeah, I know. It's a wonderful mod, though. That is great.
No, it's an awful mod.
I know that.
But the thing is,
it's easy and convenient.
There's better...
Yeah, it's easy and convenient, but it has extra bits onto it that don't actually do anything. Like when you go in the shop, you can configure it, but it doesn't actually do anything. They don't work properly.
I know, and we drive on the left here too, but I forgot for a moment. There's so many bloody maps out there that you drive on the wrong side of the road on. I forgot as I turned the corner.
Well, they can't work in this game. Well, I found newer ones that would. Somebody wrote a script that allows you to do plowing and cultivating in the same tool, but...
Yeah, but that's cheating too.
What are you talking about?
You can't plow with a cultivator.
Actually, Johnny. Most of your plows, subsoilers these days have some sort of cultivator finishing attachments.
Oh yes, you can cultivate with a plow, but you can't plow with a cultivator.
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, it's the first mod that comes out every year, every time. Honestly, plowing is overrated because a lot of parts of this country, they don't plow at all. It's no-till.
But it seems like the one thing that they haven't listened to the community on is the weeds, because the weeds are going to be exactly the same, aren't they?
Oh, no idea.
Because everybody turned them off.
That's what that guy was saying on Farmer Klein's stream last night.
Well,
because somebody in the chat asked, so...
well,
the weeds will be turned off, mate, like it is in this game.
Well, my problem with the weeds is that the weeds go from nothing to these full giant things instantaneously. If they took
and
about...
they cover the entire field.
Well, every pixel's got a weed in it.
I don't know.
Don't like that.
I don't know. We grew some sweet corns a couple of years that I don't know what happened, but that's what they looked like.
Like sweet corns?
No, the weeds were taller than the corn at one point. I don't know what happened.
That's fine, but to be blanketed over it, for every corn seed that there is a weed seed. Really?
It was, yeah. It was just like that. It looked like we planted a field of weeds. I don't know what happened to it.
That
Still got
is
some dodgy
weird.
seed, that, yeah.
It had nothing to do with the corn. It was, I don't know, we sprayed it, but it didn't get sprayed right. I don't know what happened to it. We had 2 fields like that where the weeds were taller than the corn for a while.
Uh,
I mean, I understand. Like, seasons is kind of a pain in the ass because you can't use a cultivator in seasons.
oh,
Because you
we've got a
cultivate the wheat.
contract, have we? Gizmo, we've got a contract.
Oh. Because, on seasons, I tried buying a cultivator, and you cultivate the weeds, and then as soon as you go out and cultivate the weeds, all you do, you can't fast forward because like you put it on times 30 and all different patches of weeds pop up and you're just constantly cultivating.
Yeah.
But if you cultivate the whole field, weeds are popping up behind you. It's like completely worthless.
Yeah.
And that's the other part I didn't like was if I cultivate the whole field, I should get a weed again.
Yeah, but you do, because the cultivator spreads the weed seeds.
I don't know. We don't cultivate out here. We don't cultivate here anymore anyway.
Oh, bloody.
It's another thing of the past.
Yeah.
I don't know, the weed thing. On seasons, you spray it, it goes away, it doesn't usually come back. It doesn't bother me. I just wish the cultivator function worked the same.
Oh,
Yeah, because they've kind of made the cultivator works in the base game, but seasons it didn't work.
oh.
Because I'd rather, I don't know, rather use a weeder because it didn't cost anything.
But,
Yeah,
well,
because
you know,
the
we
experts
can't
on
have everything we
seasons, so-
can't have everything we want all in one hit. And they've
Well, I
done
guess-
well, I think, this time to actually, you know, listen to what we've been saying and asking for. They've done that more this time than they have in any other release. So, kudos to them.
I still want alfalfa and I want alfalfa silage.
Yes.
I don't
would agree.
understand why alfalfa, being one of the primary dairy diet crops, not being part of a game.
Maybe it isn't in Germany. And maybe it's coming. What? Just remember, the seasons past has us privy to some supposedly fantastic things that are coming up.
Are we all getting that?
Yeah. Oh, I
Got it.
already got it. Yeah.
Well, as long as all of us are getting the seasons pass, then we all get everything at the same time.
Yeah, well, it makes more sense. Like the pre-order, we're getting the Xeron, the big Xeron. I've definitely got the got that, so it'll be implemented in the first game from where it goes. So I hope you do pre-order it if you're playing.
I pre-ordered the season pass.
Okay.
Twice as expensive as the game.
Yeah, but you can order it afterwards anyway if you want to. You don't have to pre-order the seasons pass straight away.
No, I just get it all.
No, but as long as you pre-order the game, then you'll have the Xeron, which we'll be using, I think. And as far as the season pass goes, if you don't want to get it and you just want to buy the bundle as they come out, that's up to you.
No, I don't. I'm not going to even bother because what do I end up doing? Like last time I said, I'm not buying the Anderson pack. It's dumb. Well, then now it happens to be my favorite DLC.
Yeah. Yep.
They said 19. I don't play it enough. I only play it multiplayer. Nobody else has DLCs, so I didn't buy any DLCs. And then my friend gets it, and then he's like, I gotta have all the DLCs. I'm like, oh, fine, whatever.
Yeah. So it works.
I've been
friends.
I've been using that Anderson square bale wrapper. It's kind of a pain. It's kind of a pain to put every bale in it, but it works really good. You just go, when you're done with it, you go over there and you cut the bale, and then you got silage bales. Because I like to feed cows with a mixer wagon and use bales. I don't use the mixer.
Yes. Yes.
I don't use those stationary mixers.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Are you having a thing, a moment? What's going on over there?
I'm talking to
I
my
think I'll
son.
have a visitor.
I'm talking to my son. Calm down.
Ah, okay.
I thought you're having some sort of conniption or something. Yeah, making all kinds of noise.
I'm a yes man. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Like you.
Oh dear, that was terrible.
No, but I really like that that wrapper, surprisingly.
Yeah, the Anderson pack. I do like the Anderson pack. It's a good pack.
Yeah, I think it's one of the
Yeah.
best ones.
Well, it's about time we got a different,
Apart from the class one.
yeah, different bale wagon than the same ones we always use.
Well, there's going to be some class stuff in the base game in 22, isn't there? So
Yeah.
it's probably not going to be the same amounts as we've got here, but it might
I'm assuming
be.
we already know we're getting the combine and the tractor.
Henry.
We'll
Hey, Henry.
probably get a
Condolences
Hey,
to
Henry.
Australia. Yeah.
hopefully we get a forage harvester.
Me too. We've gone backwards in time. We're currently living in about 1940s Germany at the moment. Little Hitlers running around everywhere.
What are you on about?
Henry just sent his condolences.
What?
Or what?
Living in Australia.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they lock
what
you
was
down
that
if
about
somebody
the-
sneezes.
What was that about the little Hitlers?
That's why every state is run by little Hitlers. Do as we say, not as we do. You must do this, you have to do that. Your human rights have been suspended.
That's just our federal government trying to do that, but most of the states are refusing.
Yeah. Bit the
But
other
the
way,
funny
yeah.
thing, the funny thing is that we've kind of, I mean, other than the people at the top of the government that want to fight over this and still think it's a big deal, most of everyday people life is back to normal.
Hmm. Well, let's not talk about
I read
politics.
somewhere that
It's,
your COVID is going through the roof again.
let's not talk about politics. It's depressing. We don't need depression.
Well, no, I heard the same thing, that apparently Europe's having a spike again or something.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh
I
no,
have
for
noticed
losing
people are wearing
cricket
their masks
against
more again.
England. Ah, that. Yeah, we have to do that, mate. We have to lose against England every now and again, just to let them know they're still there. You know, otherwise, if we always beat them, they usually moan and groan and sook and don't want to play anymore. So we give them the odd win, you know. We're very sportsmanlike
Yeah,
that
of
way.
course. Very sportsmanlike.
Very
yeah, of course.
sportsman, yeah, yes. How many times have you not been done for ball tampering?
It sounds sportsmanlike, doesn't it?
It is.
So
Oh,
he's putting
well,
Australian
like in,
sportsmen together in a sentence. Nice.
Oh yeah.
I know, yeah.
It's just something, you know.
That was two words I never thought I'd hear together in the same sentence.
No,
Well,
I
Johnny
won't.
put a lot of things together that shouldn't be.
along with American intelligence.
Hey, now.
It's right up there with it.
I've had a right giggle this week watching YouTube videos of our British journalists trying to interview the Insulate Britain people. Oh, it's so funny.
The what?
Yeah.
And we've got this stupid little minority protest group keep shutting the roads by sitting on the roads, motorways and stuff.
Oh.
And super gluing themselves to them.
Yeah.
Stupid
One clever son
arseholes.
super glued his face to the road.
Now, I feel like, so last summer we had one of these protests that was they were gonna shut down the motorway, right? And you know why they didn't go through with that protest was because the police that they were protesting, the police, right? But the police wouldn't shut the road down for their protest, and they were very upset about it.
Yeah, this lot
Nice.
are just literally walking out into the motorway.
That's what these were doing, except they were all lined up on the sides of both sides of the road, and they were waiting for the police to shut the road down for their protest that they didn't have a permit for.
Well, it's fair. That's very unkind of the police.
Oh no.
They're servants of the people. If the people want a service, they should provide it.
Yeah, exactly. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is the same time that they were surrounding the police headquarters and all that, and threatening police officers and setting things on fire, and yet when they need the police, they're very disappointed when they don't get the help that they wanted.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds about the same level of intelligence as our lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the people that are gonna freaking phone call.
Oh, Lionel Blair died yesterday as well, didn't he?
I didn't know that.
I don't know anyone
yesterday
called that.
was- You don't know you'd never heard of Lionel Blair?
No.
Really?
Yep.
Very famous.
What's a Lionel?
Oh,
What
only
does
made
he-
him famous here.
What does he Blair?
What's he Lionel?
He was a dancer.
Oh, well,
Oh,
shit, I should have known that.
Dancer, actor. Well, some people would say he was a comedian, but yeah. Game show host, that type of thing. He was
Oh.
92.
Well, he had a good run.
Because my son came to me yesterday. He's like, you know who Lionel Blair is? I'm like, yeah, because he died today. I'm like, did he? I thought he died years ago.
Yeah. It was 92, says that. Oh, that's a good innings,
92,
mate.
yeah. It is, yeah. Thing is, though,
For a
is he
one-day
didn't
match,
look
it's not bad.
92. He
Huh?
didn't look 92 at all. He looked so young. He looked like he was in his 60s or 70s.
Plastic surgery. Or he lived a good
Yeah,
life.
maybe. Hey Graham, he says, I caused a 100-metre cordon at the filling station today. Why? What did you do? Well, what didn't you do? You didn't fill the pumps up. Stupid youth launch launched a firework and it lodged into the tanker chassis and as it went off. Oh my god! That would have been a bit of brown trouser moment, wouldn't it? Jeez. It didn't explode, did it?
Not if he's still talking to you, mate.
What?
Right?
If it
No, it could have
exploded,
exploded.
he wouldn't be with
No,
us.
it could have exploded afterwards when he got out of the thingy.
Oh,
There was a 100-meter cordon around it, so it could have exploded afterwards.
oh,
Yeah, smart asses.
oh.
Thankfully, no, it did not cause any issue, but it's standard protocol. Yeah, well, I would imagine it is standard protocol. Somebody throws a live firework at the truck full of petrol.
I would have chucked a bucket of water on it and pulled it out.
I would have arrested the
Yeah,
little
but you-
shit and put him on charges of attempted murder.
Yeah.
You can't just throw water at it and forget about it. There's a procedure, isn't there?
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
sometimes
So-
things just need to be done rather than wait for a procedure to kick in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if something had gone wrong afterwards, then the driver is at fault then, isn't he, for not notifying the authorities and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know what red
Well,
tape's like?
if you've got the firework out and you've put it into a big bucket of water and you're taking that firework in a bucket of water and you're taking it away from any source of ignition, I think you're okay. Obviously, you need to check
Yeah.
the truck.
Yeah, I suppose.
Henry
Depends
says
where
South
it lodged.
Africa needs to beat England, otherwise Australia and go to the quarterfinal. If South
100
Africa beat
metres,
England,
how's about
South
10
Africa and
miles?
England go to the quarterfinal. Oh, okay, mate.
Yeah, would have probably needed about 10 miles, wouldn't it? If that would have gone up, it would have took quite a big chunk of the map with it. Wonko, if you think I'm holding a thermos flask size fire extinguisher at a tanker that size, you're silly.
I mean, I don't know, I got to talk to somebody else anyway.
Yes, it's all very complicated.
Are you not streaming today, Wonko?
No answer to that.
No, he did say he had to talk to someone else, but I didn't think he meant right away. So he's probably muted.
Yeah, bucket of sand, yeah.
And talking of fireworks, I don't know if anybody can hear them, but I've got loads of fireworks going off from the neighbours around there.
Well, isn't it something to do with whatever it is over there?
Well, it's bonfire night and it's
Yeah.
it's Diwali as well. So they caught the firework youth, by the way. He will be dealt with accordingly. I should think so as well.
Yeah, but you're
That's
going to
just-
slap in the wrist and say, you are a naughty little boy.
Yeah,
Putting
or he'll
hundreds of
probably
people's
he'll
lives at
probably
risk.
make up some excuse. Yeah, he'll probably make up some excuse. Oh, well, I just lit it and it went off that way. I didn't throw it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the devil made me do it.
Yes, yeah. I've got the voices in my head. They told me to throw it. I lit it and it was burning my fingers, so I dropped it and it fell into the truck. Or he will repeatedly say no comment. Yeah, that's usually the going rate, isn't it? Yeah, bloody idiots, some people.
You know what's wrong with you? If you're hearing voices
Do I know
in your
what's wrong
head
with
all day long, you know what's wrong? Huh?
what?
If you're hearing voices in your head all day long, it means you're married.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Never moved so fast in my life. I bet.
They wouldn't have put up with that shit in America. They would have just gunned him down.
Oh, dear me. See, I reckon that they wrote that, you know, that film about how to influence people and alienate, how to influence and alienate people. Oh, what was it called? How to make friends and alienate people.
No, how to make friends and influence people is the correct title.
Is it? I prefer my version.
Oh, okay.
It's about you, I think.
Hey,
One stray bullet hits the truck at the the what? Catastrophe. What?
catastrophe. Oh my goodness, I hate them
Catastrophe.
catastrophes.
What's a catastrophe? I don't know what that means. Has not been. I think you meant to say catastrophe. Has not been avoided. Well, yeah, exactly. One stray bullet and the thing will go up anyway.
That wouldn't stop in America. Come on. Guns first, lives second. Oh.
Yeah, and I knew it began with a Z. I think you need a new dictionary, mate.
Need a new dictionary.
Hello, Gizmo.
Yeah,
Evening,
a
guys.
dictionary.
Gizmo's here.
Hey,
How are ya?
Gizmo.
Hey, mate.
All right, geezer.
Incoming. Now I got signed off with this rib.
You got signed up with what, mate?
Oh yeah.
Signed
rib.
off with the rib. Is the password?
Still the same?
Has it got a capital?
No.
No.
No. So it's just not capital. Okay. Got that wrong.
Yeah, I didn't want to complicate things and make it too difficult
No,
for you
no,
British
no.
people to remember.
Yeah.
He's been very feisty tonight, isn't he?
Never.
Yeah. It's all right.
Guns first, life seconds. Can I take a vote on that for Calais? Sorry, didn't I say that? You're terrible. But at least there was some good news came out of Australia this week.
Uh-huh.
They found that girl alive, didn't
Oh,
they? That
yeah,
little
the
girl.
news has been plastered
Yeah.
with it. Nothing else.
And over
It's
here
like
as well.
it's
They've
like
been
the news
talking
have
about
been
it a lot over here.
starving for something else to write except COVID plastered over everything every day for months. Oh, it's great news. I agree. It's great news.
It is. The weird thing is, though, is the guy who took her, and she was in his house, and she was only like 2 miles or 3 miles away from her house
Hmm.
where she lived,
Yeah.
and she weren't even at home when he took her.
Yeah.
They were camping,
Yeah.
which is it's bizarre. So obviously he's been watching her for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's just no coincidence. That's not.
Well, I haven't read it. I don't know the
Pleased to hear
guy.
that about the young girl. Yeah, it's I mean, she was missing for what? Was it 18, 19 days?
Yeah, something like that.
And the thing is everybody must have assumed the worst. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
After
yeah,
that
after
amount
that
of
period
time.
of time, mate, yeah. You would.
Alright,
But yeah,
Right.
it's brilliant news.
What are we doing? Do I finish the contract I was doing, or
No, I'm
Yes.
doing it.
you're
No,
doing it?
Johnny,
Okay.
get out. Make him finish his own contract. You buy it, you finish it.
I'm happy with it. He can pick up straw.
Oh,
You were moaning about it when you started it.
Yeah, but, you know, now he's here. I reckon this is a great job compared to picking up straw.
well,
There you go.
listen, Johnny. If you bale the straw,
Yeah,
you can haul
yeah.
twice as much straw.
I know,
worth
that's
of
what we were
bales.
doing last week, because I've finished delivering the last lot of bales. It's got to be baled, picked up, pick up wagons over there near the field.
Because you're moaning about that too.
I moan about everything.
I know. All you do is moan.
Yeah, that's
cry,
right,
whine.
Graham. I mean, kids when they're that young, they look cute anyway, don't they? You know what I mean? So it's when they grow up that's when they start being not so cute.
I see Wonko found a picture of Johnny to put on his Discord profile.
He did? Cool.
Yeah.
He did. Oh, I see.
Haven't noticed.
That's from. Isn't that from Life of Brian?
No, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Is it? Oh, it looks. It's so small. I can't
Oh,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah, no, yeah, it is actually from that, because one I used to have, which was very similar, I can't find anymore. It's
Ah.
disappeared from the Tinternet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Okay,
Johnny
same.
just looks like an old version of Jesus.
I am.
Yes.
I don't have to put a disguise on to play Santa Claus.
He's older than Jesus. What you want there?
I got the big grey hair and the big white beard. I don't need a little bit of a pot belly, not much. I'd be a skinny cat Santa Claus, but still,
Yeah, right.
they could use my face as Santa Claus.
Can't afford that much food.
Bloody fireworks, noisy, bloody flashing, expensive, waste of time. Yeah. Saying that, I found
And
out
it's cruel to
today
animals.
that they actually have silent fireworks.
Yeah, well, that'd be alright.
I didn't know until today that it even existed,
That'd be good.
because they
You
were
still get
yeah, because
the fireworks effect, the lighting effect.
yeah, you
without
still
the
get the
constant burning.
flashes and everything, yeah,
Yeah.
but you just don't get the noise. Because they were talking about fireworks on the news this morning, because they were talking about soldiers that have come back from
Yeah.
Iraq and places, and they have PTSD.
Yeah.
And they were saying that you can all, if you want to have fireworks, always have what the silent fireworks. I'm like, what? Silent fireworks? And then they showed a clip of fireworks going off, the silent fireworks, and I'm like, that's amazing. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, they just videoed it and turned the sound off. Look, silent fireworks.
You wish they put a load of them here. Yeah, here as well. There's a
They're
load
probably
of
more
fireworks going
expensive,
off
so
here.
that's not going to happen, not for a while.
Yeah, it could be more expensive. I don't know. But it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Where did you say the pickup wagon was, Johnny?
No, baler, mate. Bale.
Ailing. Oh, okay, right.
Bail.
Yeah, he's used to saying that when the ship is sinking.
So where's the baler?
Yeah.
In the shed.
I'm not sure. There is a case tractor beside a shed. Where the baler is, I don't know.
I've got the case. I found it.
It'll be in, probably the baler's probably been put away, which is very unusual, but yeah.
That's
Put
the
the
issue
weight
there.
thing.
Huge fireworks
If you were
display
working-
really close
if you-
to the apartment. Yeah.
If you were working on Wonko's farm, you'd be bound to find it in the middle of a field somewhere wherever he left it last.
Oh no, because Wonka would have washed it and put it away.
No, he doesn't. Ask Brummy.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Where's the what's the
put
name?
stuff away.
Wonko? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I found it. It's over
Well-
there on that field where you just used it.
Last week, or was it the week before? I was looking for the baler, and it was in the middle of a field.
Yeah. Very last
That's
week.
because I haven't finished with it.
We'll put the no tabbing mod on just to be funny.
Yeah, should.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind using that. mod, I don't
We actually used it for a while, but yeah, I reckon it was Wonko that carried on about it. Yeah, and we had to take it off.
I don't bloody think so.
It's a while
I
ago.
don't tend to use tabbing when I'm playing on my own.
No, mate.
Well, that's because you only have one
Well,
track.
not if I'm on single single
Well, yeah,
size map.
three.
If I'm playing on a 4X map or something, I do.
I'll have 2 main tractors for field work, and then I'll have a yard tractor.
Farming
Well-
Simulator 22 in 2 weeks, 2 days, 22 hours and 15 minutes. Okay.
I will tell you, my single player game only has 3 tractors on it.
Oh,
So it's
I'm
just
like-
Johnny's money you like to spend.
yeah.
I'm on
Yeah.
like, I think I'm on year like 8, something like that.
Okay.
Can I see the odd one out? Yeah, the 15. You should have told me 7 minutes ago.
About what?
He said the odd one out because he said Farm Simulator 22 comes out in 2 weeks, 2 days, 22 minutes, 22 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So 15 is the odd one out, he said. So he should have told me 7 minutes ago, and then it would have been 22, 22, 22. Everything would have been 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Oh. I see. A little bit more
Our
useless
lives have
information.
been so much richer for that.
It is, isn't
Oh,
it?
there you go.
I know.
Maybe it'll come out at 22, 22 in the evening. You never know.
Well, maybe. And 22 minutes. 22 seconds. And take 22 hours to download.
That's-
It might do. You never know.
I don't know, I've never had trouble downloading it like 10 minutes after it released.
no, I don't, because I use Giants.
Yeah.
Nearly everybody else uses Steam, so I'm alright.
I would think the Steam servers would be robust enough to handle that kind of stuff.
Oh, they will be.
I
yeah.
know, but I've got 900 megabytes up and down, and yet if I have to do a Steam update, it still takes for fucking ever.
Yeah, well, have a look at your
Really?
speed settings
Really?
on Steam. You can change the speed settings on
I've
Steam.
done that. I mean, it is quicker, but it's still not as quick as it should be.
Yeah, I
Have
don't
you
have
changed
any
the
worries.
Have you changed the server that you're actually
Yes, I've done all of that.
downloading from?
Yeah, no, I never have
Mine
any
doesn't
problems
take. Mine
with
doesn't
Steam.
usually take that long.
I like
I'm not
getting
saying
stuff on
it takes
Steam because you
long,
download
I'm
it
just
and
saying-
that's it. You don't have to worry about it again. If it needs an update, Steam does it automatically. If you
Gotta
don't
remember,
like the
Wonka
update,
wants
you can
that
just
download in
flick the
15
button
seconds.
and say ignore the update, play the older version. It's all so simple. Steam is
for
a very good,
FS19, it downloaded the game
convenient.
6 hours before release, and it finished off the day a tiny bit at release. Yeah, but see, with 19, I got my first copy from Giants, but this version I'm playing now is from Steam on Steam. But when I got it, I got the download page. I got the link for the download page, and it said this is not available yet. And every 5 minutes, I was just refreshing it, waiting for it to download. And I was reading the forums as I was waiting, and people were complaining about like it not being available yet and all this sort of stuff. And while it was downloading, I was reading all the forums, and somebody was like saying, "Oh, I've got to wait another 7 hours before I can download it." And I'm like, "Oh well, mine's downloading now. Mine's half done." So I weren't too bothered.
It is
I was
all
playing
regional.
it while people were complaining that they couldn't get it.
It's all regional.
So what now?
Regional.
Oh, regional. Yeah. Talking about fast internet, have you seen that internet company that's been advertising on the TV one go on the adverts?
I don't watch TV.
Smart man.
Well, it might have been on the radio or something. I don't know if it's been on the radio, but they'd be talking about satellite internet, and the prices are right from £29.99 a month to £159.99 a month.
What a
What are you
joke.
getting for 159?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
At the moment, satellite internet is quite unreliable. It can be very fast and much better than
Yeah, it can be
speeds that
fast.
you get.
Yeah,
But what the
Yeah, but
problem
the
is,
latency on it is huge.
yeah, latency is terrible. And if there's a
Yep.
huge cloud that goes between you and the next tower, you just lose so much speed, and you can lose a connection.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, it's the same with
late-
satellite phones as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the same with them.
Yeah, but the latency is the problem.
Yeah.
The late
I
the
wouldn't
latency on
use it.
satellite internet is awful. And I don't know how you're gonna fix it. You got to transmit faster.
You
would
need
have
more
to transmit
satellites, which is, we're going to blanket the bloody atmosphere with satellites to make it more reliable, to make it more
already-
reliable.
Well,
than
yeah,
cable.
because-
have.
Yeah, I know.
Because unless the satellite is in geostationary orbit above your house, then you're going to lose signal, ain't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's
even
the
then
only
you'll
way
lose
it's going to be close enough. That'd be the closest distance. Everything else, it's such a distance to transmit satellite because it goes up
Yeah.
and then down.
Yeah.
Whereas
Exactly,
like
yeah.
fiber optic and all that cellular all goes, a quarter of the distance or less.
Week off work for it. Yeah. You said you booked a week off work. I will lose my connection for 2 weeks when we move house. Oh yeah, you're moving to that new bungalow, aren't you?
bungalow.
But that's not till January. That's not till January, is it?
January.
You having a bit of a moment there?
Is that it? Is that all you know?
No. I know more of the song than that. Yes.
Just didn't want to get a copyright strike.
No, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. We believe you, don't we? Not.
Haven't had one of them for a while.
What, a copyright strike?
Yeah. The last one was I lost. What was it? An hour and 15 minutes. They cut out of my video. I asked the reason why. They said because you were playing AC/DC. What was the song? AC/DC. Oh shit! It was one of the old songs.
I've never heard that one. Where does that go?
From
You can't remember.
No, I do remember the song. It's playing in my head, but I can't remember what it was called.
Joe
Yeah,
Johnny
anyway.
saying, "Nah, you're all right." You
anyway,
definitely don't
it
hear me
was
sing.
it was that one song. Apparently, it was playing for an hour and 25 minutes. The one song.
God, that's a long song.
What? Anyway,
Well, I got 3 notifications from Google this week as well, saying something about copyright notices, and I looked at them. I looked at them, and I'm like, "What are they talking about?" So I checked all my videos, and there was no copyright strikes. So I thought, "What the hell are they talking about?" And it wasn't me being copywriting, doing the copywriting. It was somebody who had got my videos on their channel, passing them off as their own, with my logo in the top right hand corner. It was 2 or 3 of my fly through videos, and they were on these Russian websites. I'm like, yeah, I'll get that took down straight away, thank you. I didn't even realise they'd told you stuff like that. I just thought they'd let,
well, they never
let
used
it
to.
carry on.
Never used to.
No, they never.
I used to
No.
link someone's flyovers on my maps when I released my maps. I put a clip. I put the flyover on it.
Oh yeah, but this was my entire video as his video. All as he did is he must have just downloaded it. He took my logo off and put his own logo, his own intro at the beginning. I thought, cheeky bastard.
Very ingenious of him.
Well, why do a
Yeah.
flyover? Somebody else did it.
Yeah. That's right.
Blame it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least, you know, there's plagiarism, but somebody's like, you know, looking out for you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You can't plagiarize on the same site.
I know a song that'll get on your nerves. Yes, I know a song that'll get on your nerves as well. Oh, was it Joe Pasquale?
Huh?
Joe Pasquale.
I know that name, but I don't know why I know that name.
I know a song that'll get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on your
Oh,
nerves.
yeah.
And he just keeps singing that over and over again.
Bit like Bird is the
And
word.
it gets on your nerves. Yeah,
That's
a bit
a
like
good
that,
song.
yeah.
That's a good song, though.
Well, the song's not good. The tune is. I like the
Yeah.
tune.
What's his name did it in Family Guy, Peter. The whole episode was
Yeah.
him singing Bird is the word.
Shut up.
Yeah, no, yeah.
The original is much, much better by whoever did it, the original. Well, is that like a 70s, 80s song? I can't remember.
He's meant to be a comedian. Sounds like his pants are too tight. Yeah, that's him.
Well,
He has got a very, very high pitched voice, hasn't he? He's funny though. I think he's funny.
who? Pasquale.
Joe Pasquale.
Uh-huh. Yeah, as I said, I know the name, but I can't remember why.
Guys, can I ask a question about fireworks? Yes, you can.
You can ask. Doesn't mean we're experts on it. We'll tell you all sorts of shit.
Don't believe what we tell you. It's probably wrong.
Oh no, yeah, definitely wrong.
Sometimes we Google and find the correct answer, but not usually. Usually we make it up and find out we're wrong later.
Yeah.
But we don't issue
Yeah, it's more fun.
retractions.
It's more fun that way. It's more
Well,
fun
it
that
is.
way.
Yeah.
There's no retractions issued ever.
Why are we celebrating a failure? That's a good question.
Why are you celebrating a what? Failed year?
A failure. Because, well, fireworks.
Yeah, I know what it's
November
about.
The 5th over here.
Yeah, he tried to
Yeah,
blow
okay,
up Parliament House, which is
Yeah.
a shame it didn't work. But anyway.
And he failed.
Yes.
So, but we celebrate it.
Yes.
That's,
well,
that's
if
a
it's
good
anything,
question. I don't know why.
anything like Australia, you know, any excuse for a celebration.
Well, yeah. I mean, all he had to do was wait a couple of 100 years, and because it's falling down itself now, isn't it? So, you know, should have just waited.
He didn't want to, yeah, but he didn't want to just destroy the building. He wanted to destroy everyone that was in it. Which, let's face it, most people want to do now. Not just of one person.
Well, it's not. He wanted to destroy the democracy, didn't he? That's what he wanted to do. He didn't want to, like, just kill the people. He wanted to, like, bring the whole government down. Like,
yeah. A corrupt government.
Permanently.
Which is still like that now. Corrupt governments everywhere. But anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
1 sec. Good movie? What movie?
What do you mean, what movie?
What are you talking about?
Movie of it.
What are you talking about? I didn't see a movie.
It's like we've already moved into a fucking old people's home where you do talk.
I never saw the movie on Guy Fawkes, but anyway.
Haven't you? It was a bloody famous movie.
You have to find some less senile people to play with.
Okay,
I reckon we're gonna have to.
I'll allow that one. Roddy Plotter said Guy Fawkes was a religious extremist and wished to install a tyrannic rule over Britain. It was the ISIS of his time. Yeah, and the Autobot caught the word ISIS.
I would seriously kick that bot of yours out. I said it before and I say it again, it is just stupid.
It is
why do you need it anyway?
Sometimes. Because I get spammed
Just
a lot
kick
when
'em.
I'm streaming sometimes.
Just kick them
Yeah,
or
but-
ignore them, one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can get carried away. Like, you know, make about 20 accounts and then keep coming in, you know.
Exactly.
yeah. But that bot is the stupidest bot I've ever heard.
Yeah, Brummies is,
Yeah, it is a bit stupid. But it doesn't catch bollocks, no, it doesn't. Exactly. It doesn't catch some swear words, but it catches certain other words. It's ridiculous.
Whatever you told it to do, it's a bot.
But.
I haven't
Yeah.
told it to do anything. It's just automatic.
Well, somebody has told it what is acceptable and what isn't.
Well, somebody has, yeah, but it's not me.
Mind you, isn't bollocks an English word?
Yeah, so yeah. That's
Some of
probably
those
the
bots
reason.
do come with built-in settings.
Yeah, that's what mine is. Mine's just a built-in profanity setting, wherever it is.
Yeah.
That word has two reasons. That word has two reasons. One really obvious, but the other is nonsense, rubbish, used to express contempt or disagreement, or as an exclamation of annoyance. Ah, bollocks.
Bollocks.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
Could also mean really good, i.e. the dog's bollocks. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I've never known.
So it's
I've
got
never.
three meanings.
I've never called the dogs bollocks.
Yeah.
Good.
You not heard the expression "a dog's danglies"?
A dog's what?
Danglies.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, I know. But, yeah. Ugh.
You know, Gizmo, there's a whole nother field you can bail.
Is it, mate? I didn't know that. No, I've only stopped because I'm sorting my dog out because we've got Muppets here with fireworks on the 18th.
What is with the fireworks?
Yeah.
Huh?
What's the fireworks thing?
Well,
We were
it's
just talking
also-
about
just
that, mate.
It's also Diwali, which is some Asian.
Yeah, it's
festival.
Diwali, yeah.
Festival of
It's
light.
the festival of
day.
light.
First of all,
It's
what
Hindu
now?
festival of light.
Muppets are us. And all they bang on about is pollution, but it's okay to let fireworks off.
Oh no, yeah.
If you want to drive your car into town, you've got to pay $5.50 a day if it doesn't comply.
Well, number 3 field can get bailed.
Okay,
That-
I'll
that's-
go and do that in a minute once I've settled him down.
Mr.
It
Money
includes
can
one
pick
tractor
up the
for
bills.
each bale. What?
You did what now?
What includes one tractor? Graham says, yeah, it includes one tractor for each bale. I don't know what he's on about there.
Oh, it's
small
about Doc having a tractor for everything.
Yeah.
One tractor for every job, you know.
Well, then you don't have to unhook. I don't see the problem.
What's the problem in unhooking?
Well, we can't buy any more fields.
And so just because you can't buy any more fields, you just want to buy more equipment.
That's right. Now you're catching up.
Jesus, they didn't realise there was a bump like that. Oh, there's a bale there. Not a bump. Jesus.
Should have got a Specsavers, John.
I should have. I did go to the Specsavers once. It's the worst bloody experience of my life. Never went again.
Do they have Specsavers in Australia?
Yes, mate. We have lots of things in Australia.
Okay.
You'd be surprised.
Obviously, the Specsavers didn't help.
No. They had a special on. Buy one pair, get one pair for free. So I thought, well, blow it. I'm due for new glasses. So instead of going to the optometrist that I usually go to, I'll go there. So I made an appointment, went in there, waited for about a fucking hour, came in, saw me, tested my eyes, made up the script for the glasses, and, said they'd be sent to me, and I said, what about my free glasses? And they said, oh, we don't have time for that now, and kicked me out the bloody door. So I thought, well, Jesus, never going there again. Ever. No shit glasses anyway.
Oh, dear.
I used to get special glasses made up for my work. High impact glass, scratch resistant, fog resistant, tinted, the works and jerks. They were quite expensive, but I needed them, otherwise I was going through a pair of glasses every couple of weeks.
Yeah, my brother's got some really good glasses. The frames are like made out of titanium.
It's not the
And
frame so
the,
much, it was the glass themselves.
Yeah, but the lenses they're scratch proof. That
Yeah.
in fact they're so high concentrate they're actually bulletproof.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
I said to him, I says, well, I'm like, why do you need bulletproof glasses? Who's going to shoot at you on the building site? He's like, well, you never know.
No, someone might get a lucky shot in. If they're aiming that close to your head, you'd be stuffed anyway.
Well, no, because because if a bullet was to hit him, they'd probably just knock it straight in through his head anyway.
Yeah, knock the glasses through his head.
You do not need glasses if you could see yourself going out the door. Yeah. So from all the features that have been announced for 22, what's everybody looking forward to the most?
The new placeable system.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
It's,
Very, very cool.
Okay.
that's really, really cool. I don't think the equipment-wise, it's going to be much different.
No, it's not. We do have. There's more equipment than there ever has been.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't see, like, I'm looking at the models here. I don't know how they would actually be able to improve on the models in the machines.
No, they're excellent.
No, well, I think
Very
the only way
detail
they'll
this
improve
time.
on the equipment is like different brand names and stuff, I suppose. Isn't it?
Just different equipment in
Yeah.
general.
Right. Video yesterday,
Got Farmer Klein's one.
well, and Giants put one out.
Yeah.
On
Giants
machine-
put one out.
On machines in the Farmer
Yeah.
Klein did one as well, but they brought out a video on all the machines. And the way they
Oh,
unfold
the garage thingy, the garage
corner.
trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the corner
Yeah, I watched that one. Yeah.
unfolding and everything else, and the fella on the stream last night said that the garage is going to have partitions like the shop does. So if you buy cultivators, when you go in the garage, you just click on cultivators like you would as if you were buying it.
Yep. And that's going to
So it
be.
separates it all
yeah,
up. So
yeah.
if you're doing something like No Man's Land, which was a nightmare because it could take you 4 or 5 minutes to find something in there.
Yeah.
It's all going to be split up into placeables, tractors.
Yeah, that's when you look in your own garage.
And he also said that if you're playing in this mode without seasons, you can pick what period of year you want to do.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
you prefer
yeah.
to
Yeah,
live in
yeah.
I've already covered
spring,
that, mate.
you can
Yeah,
have
I think it's a
spring
great
all
idea
year
that,
round.
you know, like
Or
Wonko
summer
doesn't
or
know what
autumn.
he's bought, what he owns. He can just click on the garage and list it in categories. What tractors do we own? And click on tractors and it'll list all your tractors. Click on the seeder. Oh yeah, we own one of those seeders. Where is it? You know, and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
If there was a visit button, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
A visit.
Today's
Yeah,
fact sheet mentions
Oh,
a
so you can
robot
go
to
straight to it.
feed
Yeah, that would be a good thing, Doc.
Well, you got tab to
Andy.
vehicles.
He also
But
said
not
there was a
tab to
brand that they
implements.
haven't released yet.
And
No,
you
but
think the AI will be able to go around the map like auto drive? Maybe.
No, but if you're in the garage and you say, okay, here, what tractors do I have? And you're like, oh, I want to use that tractor. You should just be able to hit visit like you can do on the map to go.
We
to
don't know
different
yet.
buildings.
Maybe you can.
Yeah.
Maybe you can.
maybe
We
you
don't
can,
know.
Well, if you can't, we'll just get Andy on it.
Well, yeah, if Andy's
Yeah.
around doing mods for it.
I'm
But
sure.
yeah, the thing about the cows, the robot feeding the cows, there was sort of like a screenshot or part of a video that they did a few weeks ago that
Yeah.
actually showed that.
Yeah, it was working.
They
showed
showed
it working.
Yeah, it was working, wasn't it?
Wonko will be excited
And-
with that when it comes out, I'm sure.
And the thing about the AI drivers, they're keeping the cards close to the chest with that, aren't they? They don't want anybody to know what the AI menu is going to be like, the helper menu.
No, that's
They
right.
won't show the helper menu.
No.
So
Not
I
yet.
reckon you could be. I reckon you could be right there about the auto drive thing, where they just drive around the map for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be good if it would be good.
Video yesterday.
Say that again, mate.
Farm Sim guy alluded to that on his video yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I was watching
I
it.
don't know what credibility he has on that, or whether he was just guessing to make a good screenshot, like so that everybody clicked on it.
Clickbait.
Yeah, that's the word I was
Yeah.
looking for. Ronco, exactly the word I was looking for.
Johnny, just get moving, Johnny. Quit parking and get going.
I have been.
We
Been
got things
flat
to do.
out since we started.
You can't hire workers picking up bales.
Yes, you can.
Courseplay does
Yeah,
have a
'cause they
thing
got-
for it.
Because the guy on Farmer Klein's stream, he somebody asked him about the Mac. They said, was it AI driving the Mac? And he's like, well, I can't really answer that. I can't tell you anything about the AI menu at all.
Well, the interesting thing I've seen is that they say manual and automatic transmission. So is there some sort of gearbox thing built in?
Yeah.
I believe there is.
Yeah.
Simplistic
Farm
version.
guy
I
said
can-
something about wheel twitching. Oh, I don't know.
The
And then
AI
there's-
screen's probably got idiot, complete and utter fucking idiot, intermediate idiot. Will ruin all your fields by driving through it with the plough attached on create field mode.
And Wonko.
Blanco
Obviously.
mode. It involves running into things and super strength is turned on.
That's a pretty cruel thing to say. I wouldn't say anything like that.
Only because you were too slow.
No.
I know.
Eh.
I'm looking forward to having a go at productions. Yeah, well, with the productions, all the productions are actually going to be built into the map, except unless they're not regional. Because the guy was saying that they'll all be put in there, but some of the ones won't be if they're like on the American map where they don't actually produce certain things. They won't be there by default, but you can still place them.
They'll all be in the garage, man, or the store. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll still be able to buy them, yeah, but they won't be on the map by default.
But you did say that some of the maps won't have all the ingredients, didn't you? Because there's no sugar
Yeah.
on the American map, no sugar plant. So maybe
Yeah.
you take
Yeah, but I
away
don't think they're going to
the
segregate
other way.
whatever crops in farm sim. It's going to be like now. They'll be there. Like we can plant sugarcane here and stuff like that. I think it's still going to be in there.
But the way,
Well, I
the way
hope.
he said there was no sugar plant available on the Elm Creek map.
Yeah, that's what he did say.
That's what he said. So I'm guessing that Americans don't make sugar.
We make a huge amount of sugar.
Oh, do you? Well, I don't know why. he
Yeah,
said
but
Oh,
do
okay.
you use sugarcane?
That's exactly what he said. Was the Elm Creek map didn't have a sugar plant.
No, we don't use. Well, we do use sugar cane, but it's in the south. But in the north, we use sugar beet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the byproduct is cattle feed and
Where did-
molasses.
Brummy, where did he say he was from? He's moving to Chicago, isn't he? But where did he say he was living?
No, he's gonna end up dead.
No,
everybody-
that,
I
just
remember.
the
Everybody
area
gets
that he
shot in
lived in.
Chicago.
The area he lives in. Apparently it's near the airport the Giants building's going to be. But it's all got put back
Yeah.
because of COVID. But he said he was living... Was it Denver he was living?
Oh, I can't remember, man.
I think it was. I think he said he lived in Denver. Maybe they don't do sugar beet down there then.
Oh, I don't
No,
know.
they don't do
Oh,
sugar beet
no.
in Colorado.
Right, so maybe that's...
It's a bit
well,
cool
yeah,
down there, isn't it?
Someone should have done some research,
Oh.
though, shouldn't they? If they were going to take a decision to leave the sugar beet plant out of Elm Creek.
Well, it's so. I mean, it's so different in this country. I mean, it's like Australia.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
no matter what part you're in. Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, you grow sugarcane in Australia, but you don't grow it in
Everywhere.
all of Australia.
No,
Which
we don't
means
grow it
they
down this
base-
way.
Which means they based Elm Creek on an area that doesn't grow sugar.
Well, they probably based it off of the Corn Belt, would be my guess. But they still
Right.
do. There might be some sugar beets around there. There used to be sugar beets everywhere, and most of them have gone away to just the big sugar beet areas. You can grow them here; they grow just fine here. It's just that all the sugar beet plants folded up, and nobody grows them here
I'm
because
with
there's
you.
nowhere to
So
take
it's
them.
not worth growing them. You've got to move them too far.
Yeah, well, there's just nowhere to take them, and they're a high volume
Yeah.
crop.
Yeah.
Graham said that he saw a Elm Creek screen print and it shows all 13 production sites. Ah. Well, he was saying that the sugar production thing wouldn't be on Elm Creek because they don't produce it or something. That's what he was saying.
Exactly what he said, wasn't it, Brummy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you got to be. It's just this guy. We've got representatives everywhere, right? All over the planet. This guy is just like a promoter. He's not privy to everything that giants do. He's only given certain information that he's allowed to share. He's a promoter, not a programmer
It's him,
or
Lars,
anything
and a guy
else.
called Wiki. There's only three of them, John.
There's
Lars
only
is the
three.
governor.
Hey,
Lars is the governor who's always on the videos. And there's him and a guy called Wiki, who are the area guys.
yeah,
It sounds like Wiki covers most of the rest of the world, and this guy just does American.
yeah. But as I said, they're not privy to all the information.
No, he said that. He did say that on the
He's
thing.
just
He said
a rep.
Certain questions that were being asked of him, he said, I can't answer that, you need a developer
Yeah,
to answer
there's certain
that.
stuff they
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
only know what they've told me.
Yeah,
But he had a game that he kept loading up and saying,
What?
yes, you can do this, no, you can't do that, this ain't showing on this.
Well, I was gonna say,
But he said he only had a development mule version. He said it's not the it's definitely not going to be the finished version. He said so
No,
whether
no.
they add this or add that after. He said I don't know.
yeah.
They were asking questions about cow thing, but that cow feeder thing was mega expensive.
How about that for some reversing then?
You
Yeah,
had
it
to
would
buy
be.
a barn. You had to buy a barn with it in. It was £750,000.
Yep.
well, cows might
And
make
it
more money.
only had 80 cows, I think.
Yep.
It wasn't massive by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, but they might make more money too.
Well, the cows are cheaty.
Yeah.
I don't know
I'm
any
not
dairy
saying that-
farmer
I'm
in
not
the world
saying
that
they were,
makes
but I'm
Live
saying
Am would
it's
have been
makes
happy
that
to
much
see
money
it.
out of his cows.
You know, the
That's-
in-game stuff now is about 300, isn't it? 300.
Well,
Yeah, 200,
Yeah.
300 cows.
it depends on the map though, doesn't it? I mean,
And
Yeah.
he said,
between 2
it
and
was the
300.
large one.
Yeah.
Well, they said something about you'd be able to mod the buildings is multiple different types or something,
Yeah.
which is interesting. I don't know what that's about. I'm sure we're going to find out within the first 2 weeks, but
I think
to be
what they mean by that is, like the production buildings, because you can have it to make one lot of stuff, but you can also have it to you can make 2 or 3 different types of thing, can't it? Like you can make chocolate cake and strawberry cake, for instance.
well,
Yeah.
I think that's what they were getting at, was the same place was going to be able to make multiple things.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
do
one of the
multiple
first mods,
functions.
I reckon, will be the place where you take your grapes to make grape juice. There'll be a building just the same.
Winery.
You take it there, and it produces wine, which is worth
Yeah.
twice as much.
But it could be the same. It could even just be the same building.
Someone just modded it
Yeah.
to produce.
Doc, I'm alongside you.
Yeah, I know, I'm sleeping.
so it would need a sugar mill. Yeah, but according
What
to
would you
this
need
guy
a sugar mill
anyway,
for? Sorry?
Well, the first
you need sugar-
mod's going to be the silo that takes absolutely everything.
Oh god, yeah.
It's the sugar that turns into alcohol, isn't it? It turns into alcohol
No, it's the grape.
No,
when it ferments.
No,
Or is
No.
the sugar
Yeah.
is it the sugar in the grapes?
It's
Well,
the
it is
sugar in
with
the
beer.
grapes.
I know
The sugar
that.
in the fruit.
yeah.
I mean, if you leave an orange laying on the ground to rot, it'll start to get a alcohol content.
Yeah. I actually watched a video once. It was called Funny Animals.
Yeah, and they're all
And
gathered around a mango tree out in them, or a
no, an apple tree,
oh,
and they were all eating the apples off the floor and walking around business nudes. It was hilarious.
yeah. That there was a
It
video
was so funny.
middle of Africa where there's groups of trees, and the animals don't
Yeah.
go near them, and at a particular time of the year they're all gathered around under it and eat the fruit that's dropped on the ground. There's elephants rolling around and zebras all bumping into each other, and they're smart. They know to wait, and they just go and have a party. It's cool.
Well, yeah. Why not?
Yep. I'm going to make coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Don't go away now.
Should we all leave? We'll all leave Discord, and when he comes back, we'll go.
Yeah, I thought I'd be interested to see what the next brand is they're going to announce. Because he seemed pretty cagey about that.
Well, they've been a bit cagey about quite a lot of stuff, actually. I mean, it's okay because it all adds to the excitement, but as long as it all works, I don't care.
He
As
also
long as
said,
it all does what it's meant to do, I don't care what it is.
he also said that they were going to try and get the stuff out for the modders before the game launch.
Did he?
That's what
What do you mean the Giants
said.
editor?
He said they were going to try and get their editor out and stuff for because one of the guys asked him a question on modding. And he
Yeah,
said-
because
he said
somebody
he'd
actually
try and
asked
get
him.
it out before the game launch or when the game launches, rather than be up after it.
Oh, I must have missed when he says that because somebody in the chat did actually ask him.
The other thing,
Yeah, but
when the editor was there.
Alien Jim come into the chat.
Yeah, right at the end, yeah.
And he turned around and he said, "Alien Jim, I love your mods."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said, "I really love your mods." So pretty good. I thought it was amazing, really. Farmer Kind pulled a serious coup off there.
Hmm.
Because I thought.
I watched it this morning. I did.
Yeah, but I thought that when you think of there's people like DJ Goham and all that, you'd have thought they'd have.
Well, yeah, because they're ambassadors as well, aren't they?
You'd have thought that they'd have jumped on it straight away because not only that, DJ Goham went to Germany, didn't he, and commentated on something.
Yeah, he was on one of the streams. Yeah,
can't remember what, but he was talking about something.
So the pre-release streams will show, or won't they? I don't know. Maybe maybe there'll be like a caveat or something that you can't show it until, like you can't stream it, even if you get early release. You can't stream it or publish a video until it's been released or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's possible for me. Or they don't want it shown until like 4 days before.
Well, they just wouldn't give it to you. They just wouldn't give it to you. They're
Well,
not going to give it to you and say, "Well,
they do
don't
give early
don't do
access to
this."
some people, don't they?
Yeah, but
Did
I
they
think
do
it's
that
only a
on
couple of
19,
days.
Dummy?
Say that again, mate.
Did they do that on 19? Was there certain YouTubers that got it earlier?
I don't know. I think it might have only been like a day earlier or something. But Prom came into the stream last week or the week before, and he was saying that some people can get it early. You know, if you're a partner with Giants and whatever. But I don't know.
Oh,
Well,
I
like
don't know how.
you're
if
a
you buy it
partner.
off of Giants, it asks you for your partner code.
Yeah. So if you're a partner with them, you can get it like a day earlier or something. But he was saying that you might not be able to stream it until the release
Yeah,
date.
yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't know for sure, but
So, like, you might
What
be
are
able
we
to get
doing here?
early access, but not. Sorry,
Oh, jeez.
I was a bail there.
Rookies.
He picked a bail up somehow.
Well, yeah, because you know you
are
Wow,
throw four
embargoes
bales
really
in.
worth the paper they're
There's a
written
bail
on?
there.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works, mate. You probably have to sign like a non-disclosure agreement or something. And if you break it, then you can get sued, can't you? So, do you know what I mean? Dagowin got it a week early. Did he? For 19? Okay. Didn't know that.
I'm
Yeah, there probably
back.
is some sort of.
Brummy.
Say again, mate?
He's probably got millions of subscribers.
I think he's got about
Dagowin.
350,000 or something.
Oh, right.
The last time I looked.
Quite a few.
Looked. Yeah. Probably got a lot more than that. I don't know. I mean, I used to like watching his role play videos, but he's stopped them now. So I'll wait till he gets 22 and does them because he's moved to Australia.
He's moved to Australia.
in the role play series, yeah.
Oh, in the role play.
Yeah. 723,000. Is that how many he's got? Wow. I remember when I first started watching him, he had about 3,000.
I was going to say when I started watching Farmer Klein, I think he had 150.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's got quite a few now, hasn't he?
Because he
About
just
20,000, I think.
started and he was on PCSG. It was a nice little website somebody put together and then
Yeah,
let it go.
abandoned it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. I think the guy who owned it was a bit of a loser, to be honest. He didn't keep up with it. Yeah. Can't get the staff nowadays, can you?
No.
Ah,
Well,
bite my shiny metal ass.
I was going to say he was making more money hanging out underneath bridges charging tolls.
Yeah. Or hiding in bushes.
I passed the baton on in good faith.
Yeah, to a twat.
Fair enough.
As it turns out, yeah.
Fair enough, Wonko.
I was honestly surprised that like Farmer Klein or somebody didn't want to take it over.
Oh no, yeah.
Well, I did.
Yeah,
Say
you
they
did. You
need-
did ask everybody, didn't you?
Strange that Grizzly Bear didn't take it because he started that Simply Safe.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to him about it, and basically he said he just didn't have the time because for 6 months of the year he just wouldn't be around because
Yep.
of work.
Yeah.
It hasn't been around for
Oh,
ages
is
now.
Is that Grizzly?
Yeah, he has been around
Yeah.
for ages.
Yeah, it's a shame actually because he used to do some really
Yeah, I
good
used to like his videos.
I loved his tutorials in 17.
Yep. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
some good
I
tutorials.
really thought he was great at that.
Plus, he's heavily into flight sim.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
towards the
think
end, that's pretty much all he did. But now, he'd just be a little, yeah.
I was gonna say, because isn't
Farm
flight sim
Klein
like his
currently
number
has
one?
27,000. Ah, okay.
You got very quiet, Doc. I couldn't hear anything you said.
Well, I was gonna say flight sim
Ooh,
was his
gosh.
number one game. I thought.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, he was playing that long before he played Farm Sim.
Yeah. I actually had the original Microsoft flight sim.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, I
couldn't
had the
do-
original
I-
one.
I couldn't do anything but fly the Cessna. Everything else crashed.
Very honest of you, Doc.
I could fly the Cessna. It wasn't pretty, but I could fly it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, you're right.
Anything else? No. I could get it off the ground sometimes. The best thing was there wasn't anything to hit, so you really didn't really crash into anything. You just flew into this abundance of green something.
Yes.
No, I'd either end up getting too high or too low, or it wouldn't go where I wanted, or I'd turn it and it'd be too abruptly. And
Yeah. Yeah. When I flew the Cessna, it was all right getting it off the ground, flying around a bit. It was very erratic. But then when it come to landing, that was on a wing and a prayer.
I could land a Cessna. I had that one down.
Yeah.
Graham asks, he says, how about the Belt Jet Ranger? Doc, did you manage that one?
Anything besides the Cessna crashed. That's pretty much my story with flights. My brother is like a
So no
flight
then.
sim connoisseur.
Mm. There are people out there that love that game and can play it really well. And,
Oh,
you
my
know,
brother had the whole joysticks and
full
everything.
marks to
the whole
all them.
cockpit.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he used to study for his pilot's test.
Yeah.
Flight sim.
Really? Okay.
Well, yeah, because he's like, well, I'm gonna have to
Did-
get flight sim back out, and I'm like, why? He goes, he's like, I sit there every night and I go for a ride, and he's like, and then when I get in the actual plane, he's like, I'm not rusty.
Yeah.
And did he actually pass his test?
Oh yeah, he's got his pilot's license.
Good on him.
It's fairly accurate from what I can gather.
I mean, American Truck Sim is pretty close to him driving a real truck.
Not the way I drove.
Well, you gotta have the wheel. You gotta have the my shifter set up to have the it's got an actual truck handle on the top of it, and then I got head tracking and everything. So when you get in the mode, it's a full on simulator.
Yeah, well, they do use, I think, American Truck Simulator in an actual simulation pod, so that when you've got the head tracking on, if you turn sideways, you can see out the side window, and so on.
Yeah, it's actually
Look up,
it's actually
look
a
down.
truck. It's actually a truck. Isn't it?
Inside a truck, yeah, it's actually inside
Yeah.
a truck, a simulator. An old truck with, no real engine in it or drivetrain or anything. Basically the cabin.
And all the computer equipment and everything is in the trailer.
Thank
There
you,
is-
you piece of shit.
There is a version. It's basically American Truck Sim that they use for driving tests.
Yeah.
Like they do like a virtual test at these trucking schools, and it's for
Yeah,
people
it's
that
part
have
of the stage.
people that have never been in one before. They start learning a little bit on the simulator first.
Yeah.
before you go and take them into traffic.
Multiple controllers, you're onto a winner with flight sim. Yeah, I suppose. You need 2 or 3, don't you? And did any of them pass the tests with this truck sim? Graham's asking.
Well, it's part of the test. It's
part of the training, I guess.
yeah, part of the training.
Oh, training.
Yeah. Well, there's car simulators out there that they use in these testing sites too, and you drive a virtual car in the streets.
But the car simulators have been around for donkey's years, haven't they? Really?
Yeah, but not as sophisticated as these ones.
No, probably not as sophisticated as these ones. But I remember when I was at school, in our motor mechanics class, we had like a car simulator. It was a massive thing.
Yeah, they're a bit smaller now, mate.
They had motors when you were in school. I thought you were still riding donkeys.
You don't go in for your car test and they give you a copy of Need for Speed and tell you to go and practice. No.
Did you guys ever play the Big Mother Truckers game?
Mother Truckers.
Big Mother Truckers.
No.
I've heard of that. I don't think I've played it.
It's an arcade racing style game with tractor trailers.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that.
It was a riot. It came out, I don't know, 2000, somewhere around there. Like 20 years ago.
You'd love to have a go in an American truck in real life. Yeah, I wouldn't.
No, you don't really want that. It's much more fun in the game. What I've been noticing is more and more of the trucks that I'm passing on the road now they do not look like truckers. They just, it seems like, I think a lot of people that just, you really don't need any education and you can make a really good amount of money driving a truck.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say there's not skills involved, because there's skills involved. A lot of people that are driving trucks now don't have these skills.
No, notice that myself.
Well, they're so desperate for help. They'll basically take anybody that's got a license. They don't really care. And it's pretty
back
evident.
in the day before power steering and all that sort of stuff, you'd see a trucker and they look like a trucker because they had massive arms, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't really take anything to turn the wheel unless you were standing still. You just had to move
it's
the
only
truck.
when you were standing still that hard to turn the wheel.
Plus, the steer wheel's so big it gives you more leverage.
Yes.
I mean, I learned how to drive a truck on an old 53, 56,
Australian road trains too. I'd like to have a go on them. Yeah, well, even I wouldn't mind having a go on one of them because it's just a straight road for about 1,000 miles, isn't it?
No, it's not.
No, they drive them through built-up areas, little towns. I actually linked a video once of some guy doing a run in a 3-axle road train, and he drove through a small town with a roundabout, and he didn't touch any gutter or any part of where he shouldn't have been with any of those wheels. I was amazed. I would have straight lined the bastard, but he just drove around it like it was in a car.
Trains. And then the B trains will follow each other around like a snake.
Yeah. Yeah, bloody amazing.
Johnny, what's the most trailers that you've seen on one in real life?
In real life, 4 B trailers.
When you say B trailers, what's the what's a B trailer? I don't know what that is.
If you were driving a semi trailer with one trailer
I never drive with a semi.
That's what it is. Just that back trailer.
No. That's not it. Hold on a second.
Rummy, a B train is a standard trailer, Arctic
Yeah.
trailer, with a fifth
Yeah.
wheel mounted on the trailer. So the body's cut short and it's got a fifth wheel, and then the next one attaches to that.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's the A trailer.
Yeah,
I'm
and
thinking
Oh,
of.
like,
Then
so,
you can-
sort of
then
like a
you-
dolly.
then you can- yeah, they call that a B.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
A,
was thinking
okay.
of the A trailers.
Full-size trailer.
Yeah, I've seen trucks with
Yeah.
they use a
You
separate
can
dolly.
put a B and an A, or you can put a couple of B's and an A,
Yeah,
depending on how you
So
want
it's
to run
like a
it.
B double. Right, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
B double.
okay.
Yeah.
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 No,
Yeah, the
I've,
A trains have dollies. The
Yeah,
B's
I've seen the
wheel on the first trailer.
yeah, the biggest trailer I've ever seen was 4 A trailers. Sorry, not B's. Dollies in between.
Something's going on here. My ping is going out of this.
Is
world.
there actually one that has 7 trailers?
Oh, there's one that got more than that, mate. Longest road train in the world. You wouldn't believe how long it is. It's here in Australia.
Well, it would be, wouldn't it?
It's got. I think it's
Imagine having like anything more than 2 or 3 trailers going around the UK.
I think it's got 3 trucks on it, all connected. Truck with a heap of trailers. Truck connected to that last trailer with a heap of trailers. Another truck connected to that last trailer with a heap of trailers behind it. 3 trucks working together, pulling one long train.
Is that the mining thing?
Ah.
you've got?
Is that the what?
The
That's
one
one
that
of the
runs from the
mining
mine.
trucks. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Transporting from the
I've
mine
seen-
to wherever.
Yeah, something like that wouldn't go through a built-up area, though, would it?
No, I wouldn't think so. No, it has a special license and it's only allowed on certain roads.
Yeah, because of the bloody weight.
Yeah. Oh, it's massive.
The GPS.
And I would imagine they'd need an escort as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think so. There is a
Bloody
pretty famous
hedges.
picture of
God.
it.
Ugh.
There's a famous picture of it sort of going through an open area. At the back of the picture you see the road coming down a grade, and the front of the truck is on its way up the next grade, going around a sort of a corner. And it's a
Super
bloody
strength.
interesting picture.
An Inuit mining trucks. Is that what it is?
A what?
Inuit mining trucks.
Oh, it could
Super strength.
be. Could be. Super strength.
Yes.
Okay,
What
hang
you
on.
done?
I don't know. I couldn't control the freaking combine. It wouldn't stop.
That happens with what's the name? GPS does that sometimes.
Yeah,
GPS,
I know. That's why I need super strength so I can get it off the freaking hedge.
Oh, I've got a question now. Remember, I said I wanted your help, Johnny.
Yeah.
You and Doc, maybe one of you be able to tell me. I've made a wall. Well, I've made a few objects in Blender. Right.
Where's
And
super strength?
every time I put it into the game, it works. It's there. It's a solid object. But every time I go, if when I jump on the wall, my frame rate goes from 60 to about 20. Any idea why?
Yes. My
Now
mod does.
I did look in the thing, and there was a lot of polygons, so and a lot of vertices. So I used the decimate array modifier and decimated it, and I got it right really small. I think it was about 6,000 vertices and 20,000 faces or something. But it still happened, and I couldn't decimate it anymore because if I did, it just looked ridiculous.
Is it a texture issue?
No, it's not
No,
a texture
no,
issue.
I
It's a
actually did
polygon.
it. Yeah, I actually, because I did like
Listen.
a chain fence
From it,
and
you need
Come-
triangles.
triangles.
Yes.
Right.
You have to highlight the whole object and
Yeah.
quads to triangles. Because Farm Sim looks for triangles.
Oh,
How
so-
do I do that?
So you like
You
you've got a
highlight the whole
square,
thing.
You cut it in half.
Well, you highlight the whole mesh. You right click on it, and you say quads to triangles, and then it'll take every quad and put it to a triangle. Farm Sim likes
Oh, you
triangles.
just right click on it and do it in Blender.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And that should help some of it. The other thing is that you have to add collision and stuff, and you have to make sure that you have the actual GitHub Blender exporter, not whatever's on Giant's website.
Oh, okay. Why?
Because the newer versions that are on GitHub, well, first of all,
Yeah.
anything over 2.79 of Blender, that's
Yeah.
the latest on Giant's exporter. If you go to 2.8 or anything higher, you have to get it off GitHub or it won't work.
Oh, right. Okay. See, because
So if you-
I've had no problem with it before. It's just like with these. So I found like some.
What's
some
happening is you probably
some
have a
models, and I imported them into Blender, and then when I, because like I found like an old brick, and I got this old brick, and then I built a wall with it. I made a wall with it, like using the array modifier.
yes.
So I made the wall, and it looked okay, and then just. It was a bit weird because I put it into Giant's editor, and it instead of like being, well, it was 23 bricks across and 10 or 12 courses high, right? And I put it into Giant's editor after into the map, and it was like the entire size of the map. It was humongous.
Well, you need. First of all, when you do these things, you have to start with the first object, and you have to go to the dimensions and take this brick and change the dimensions to what it actually wants to be.
Yeah, well,
But
when I
what
found
you've
this
done-
brick, I thought it was like brick sized, but it wasn't. It was like house sized.
Well, yeah, but the problem that you've got is you've got a brick with detail, and in
Yeah.
Farm Sim you don't draw every vertex of detail. You make a square cube, okay, and that's your
Right.
brick, and then you overlay a normal map, and the normal map makes the texture of that really detailed brick without having to affect your frame rate. So what you have is you have too many vertices in one brick, and then you made a wall of it, and you just made too many
Shit.
vertices.
Rummy.
You have to
Yeah.
use a normal map in order to get your detail. If you go to Blender Guru, he's got a video on how to make a normal map.
Oh no, because I found a site where I can download a texture, like a certain texture, and you can download the normal maps as well. You can download the specular maps and the roughness maps.
Yeah, but that's
Go on.
different. That's different. You need, when you build the wall, your wall needs to be a cube. That's it. It's one object, it's one cube. That's your wall, right?
Yeah.
And to get all that brick texture and detail, you need to use texture, normal map, and specular map. That's how you get it. But there's a ways to make a normal map from a very detailed 3D model. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. there's actually if it is the same guy I'm thinking of, he shows a website where you can actually make like the specular maps and the normal maps and the roughness maps and all them sort of things on the website. You just put in like the normal the albedo map, and then it calculates them for you. But
Well,
it
yeah,
might not be the same person. I'm not sure.
Well, that's one way to do it. Is you use a repeating texture, and you have a normal and a specular map that go along with it. But you can also
Yeah.
make one brick that's very, very detailed, and you make a normal map of that one brick, and then you essentially use the array modifier and make that out
Oh,
of a shared wall.
I get you. So you don't make the normal map of the entire wall. You just do
No.
it on a. Ah, right. Okay.
Brummy.
That one normal map will repeat all of those objects.
Brummy.
Right. Yes, mate.
Aren't you better off waiting for 22 to come out and use their stuff?
Because it doesn't matter, Johnny, because
doesn't.
whatever you build in Blender, you can just go back and convert to whatever you find in 22.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to go and convert everything. Why don't you just wait for 22 and use that?
You don't have to convert it. He hasn't done it yet. It's not finished.
Oh.
And if he finds a texture
no,
here or
they're
there, it
finished.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
See, because
This is Johnny just using his ultra laziness senses to find ways to put things off.
Yeah.
He has found a
And there's a
reason
problem
to
with
put
that out.
something up. It sounds like work.
Make all your maps in GIMP. Oh, okay. See, 'cause
GIMP is a program
I'll-
a lot of people have been using to make all the normal and specular maps. Mostly
Yeah,
specular maps, though.
I have found like different videos, like different tutorials showing you how to do it in Photoshop, GIMP, Paint.net. You can do it in quite a few different programs, but I don't know which way is the best. See,
So
I've
here's the thing,
I've got
Brummy.
this old what do you call it? It's like an old-fashioned lamp, like a street lamp, and it works. I got it into game. I got it to work, and it looks really nice. But the thing is the light comes on at night as well. Got the light to come on at night, and then once I jump on top of the lamp, the frame rate just drops to the floor.
Well, because you have too many vertices.
Yeah. So I'm going
And
to
you
try
shouldn't
that
jump
again,
on top of the
like you
lamp.
told
I
me.
mean, that's vandalism.
No, I jump on top. Everything I make and import, I always jump on it because I've been in maps before, but you must have as well, where you've walked on a wall or walked on a hedge and your frame rate has dropped. And I didn't want that to happen in my map. Do you know what I mean? So I test for that.
Is Wonko still here?
Yes, but I can't get a word in edgeways,
Oh,
even if
no.
I had something to say,
Yes.
which I don't. Say,
There's
oh,
there's too many vertices. If you take the Giants models into Blender, like of their telephone poles and else, and if you look at just the bare exports in Blender of their telephone poles and stuff like that, it is literally it's just like an octagon shaped pole. There's no detail to it. It's a really cheap, cheesy looking model. Most of the detail is all done with the normal maps and textures.
Right, okay.
But that's the key to modelling, is it, in Blender, to keep it, the basic thing, very minimalist.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because they say
Detail
less.
it in the map.
Yeah.
It's to keep the polygons down in the basic shapes.
Right.
The details are all done in the normal map.
Right. Yeah, so to make it look good, they do it in the normal map. and they just
Well,
make
it's-
a basic outline.
And you'll
The,
notice in Giants, if you look at their normal maps and their specular maps for their buildings and stuff, and even the tractors, it doesn't look like the whole thing's there because they use mirror functions and all sorts of other things to compact the file sizes.
Right. And to make it, yeah. So they're not heavy on the megabytes to upload.
And that's why if you look at
Okay.
some of these beautiful tractors that people have modded with tons of detail, but
Yep.
they'll have 2, 3, 4 sets of maps and textures for each, for each different thing, and they'll have a lot of extra weight to that, and it runs hard because the game has to render all of that stuff.
Right.
So yeah, there's
So
a lot of
So you'd suggest taking apart Giant stuff and copying their method
well, yeah, because they're the ones that
rather than taking apart mods and doing theirs.
well, yeah, always start with the base game stuff because the way that they build things is the way that it's supposed to work.
Supposed to work, yeah.
They've built the game to run what they've made. So, if you try to copy their methods, there's a lot of videos that they've talked about how to make a box. And they can make a crate that's got 3D images out of literally a cube.
Oh, okay.
There's so much you can do with those normal maps.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, if you have something like it's got a lot of intricate detail, the only way you have to start from the beginning, because you have to make like a basic polygon thing that looks kind of like what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very
yeah,
basic, very jagged, very
outline shape, basically.
Yep. And then you copy that, and then you take that model. Once you get it kind of in the basic shape, like a crayon drawing, then you take that model, and you say, okay, I copy that, and I make a new one, and then I put all my detail into it. And then you use your very detailed model to make a normal map that overlays your very basic model. And then you get the high detail without the high polygon.
Yeah.
Right. So this thing you was telling me about with the triangles, is that the same in 2.83?
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same way. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's what I use.
Oh,
It's
good.
the
I'll test it.
triangle. The triangles thing. I don't know. I just noticed that every Giants model is all triangles for some reason. I don't really know why. But
It's just the way they mod, is it?
it is because most of your 3D modeling, nobody wants triangles. But if you ever noticed up in GE in the corner, it says triangles.
Mhm.
Get out of my combine.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
See, because I was having a.
Hold on, I
getting
gotta
an
run
error.
Gizmo over.
I was just about to come and do.
There's still a field
We're
left to
not-
do, by the way, don't forget.
Huh?
Field 1 still needs to be harvested.
Yeah, we're
Well-
still harvesting here, but we're having a little bit of a dispute over who's driving what.
Because
Yeah.
after I did my my wall and I imported it into GE, it said what was the error? Something to do with not a valid 32-bit mesh or something.
Uh-huh.
So I did a quick Google search on that. I copied and pasted the error it gave me. Sorry? What did you say, Gizmo? Oh, I don't know what he said. He's gone there.
Wasn't important.
Yeah. So I did a quick Google search for it, and somebody was saying that there's too many vertices. So that's why I tried to use the decimate modifier, but that just didn't do anything. But now I know the triangles thing, I'll give that a go.
Well,
See
the
if that
other
makes a
thing,
difference.
the other thing you have to be aware of is when you use that like array, what happens is you take 6 sides of that brick and you put 6 sides on top of each other. So it's actually trying to render vertices that will never be seen.
Yeah.
So the other thing you need to do you would have to go in there and you would have to delete all of the vertices that are on the inside of the wall in the bottom, because in theory you shouldn't need a bottom wall because it should be in the ground or on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
It's a very, very complicated process, and I struggle immensely with it.
Me too.
Well, because it's like I built this barn, right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful looking model until you tried to texture the thing. Because I had so many faces everywhere, you couldn't texture it because I spent hours upon hours with trying to reverse faces, and the texture was all different sizes on all different faces depending on how I'd stretch the thing. Because when I built it, I was just like, oh, take this, I'm going to put it over here, I'm going to do this, put it over here. Yeah, it worked, but then I went to texture it, and it's like, oh, well, my wood texture is all different sizes on all different pieces.
Yeah.
So it's like this whole process where you have to figure out how to do something in an effective manner. So I use a lot of mirroring. I use the mirror modifier a lot because if I'm building something, I'll divide it and I'll only build 1/4 of it. The other 3/4 will be mirrored. And that way I can, first of all, do less work. And then second of all, everything I do, if I round a corner, it's going to be the same on all 4 corners. Things like that, you know?
Ah, right. Yeah.
Well, I do use a lot of the mirror mod. There's another one that makes everything look round. That's a great mod. You can put that modifier on because it'll make everything look smooth and everything.
Oh,
And
that's
you can
the
put
bevel one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, not the bevel.
Yeah.
It's a modifier, but it smooths everything out, but it makes a billion vertices.
Oh.
So you gotta look up Blender Guru and look up his normal map. He builds an anvil tutorial. Just watch the whole thing. Just watch the whole thing.
I think I've watched some of his videos. I'm almost positive I have, because I've watched a lot of Blender videos, tutorials, and some people they stand there and they're shouting into the microphone. I'm like, oh no, turn him off. Well, what's his name?
Blender Guru is the best.
Is it Lambo? Lambo Modding?
Unfortunately, only Americans that are shouting on YouTube videos.
Yeah, he just shouts all the time. I'm like, oh,
You
no,
know why?
I can't deal with
You
that.
know why, Brummy?
Why?
He lives on a boat.
Who does Lambo?
Yeah. Can't you hear the
Really?
engine truck? He lives on a tug or something like that.
Oh, I
He's
don't
a-
know.
I'm talking about the guy that makes all the military stuff.
I don't know. I've only watched a couple of his videos.
As well as farming stuff.
I've heard of Lambo mods before.
But he lives on a tugboat.
He done one
You listen,
video
you can hear the
where
engine
he showed you how to do like a cave where you could have the cave, the side of the cave open. You know, like it would with the door. You know, like in Alibaba, where it says "Open Sesame" and then the side of the cave opened, like that sort of thing. And he showed you how to do that, but his voice was just so much into your head. I just couldn't watch it all. It was just too much.
There's a few
I'd
like that.
say to stay away from except for Shy Wizard. He's got pretty good Blender videos, but
Yeah, I've watched a few of these. Yeah.
a lot of the people that are doing like farm sim modding, that are also doing Blender videos, are doing most of what they're doing wrong. or they're doing half of it. It's not a very inclusive way to learn how to use the program, or to actually how, because they have this that they're doing for this specific task, and that may work, but everything you're doing, there's 50 different ways to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's the big problem, is you have to decipher which way to do it is going to be best for your application.
Yeah. Most of the stuff I've learned from Giant's Editor, I've actually learned from Shy Wizard.
He's probably the only one out there making actual tutorial modding videos that make sense.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Because he doesn't, he takes it from start to finish. Most of these people say, oh, well, I'm going to do this. Well, they don't ever explain the whole thing.
No.
And I can tell you how to change the wheels on a stock tractor, but unless it's that one you do, if you get into the XML of all these other tractors, it's all going to be different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because even Giant writes the XMLs and uses different language for different tractors for different types of wheels. So it's really, you have to understand the whole process, and I think he does a really great job of explaining the processes behind what he's doing, so you can apply it to something else, not just copy exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, but he does a lot of work with what's his name?
Oh, with him,
Oh, what's the guy who made the that Irish map where there was 4 maps in one go, in one place, in one map? What's his name?
4 maps in one map.
Yeah, it's 4 different maps, but it was all in one map.
Giant took 4 standard side maps and made a 4x.
Yeah, all as one map. Yeah,
that's quite common. There's been a few of those. It's good.
He also done a big American map as well. What's his name?
Pleasant Valley?
Ugh.
No, not Pleasant Valley. No, I was going to do my editing. I'm going to have to look. I'm going to have to find out who he is.
He did a 16 by as well, did he, Brummy? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. I don't think it was a 16 by. It was a big one though.
Are we selling this canola?
I don't know.
Lancy Boy, that's his name, Lancy Boy.
In the silo.
We need some. Yeah, just put everything into the silo for now, and we'll work out what we need to keep.
There's not a lot in this anyway.
No.
Just the document looks like he's going to start the other field, so I'll go into this.
Field 1 needs to be harvested.
But he does a lot of work with him.
Who?
Lancy Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Shy Wizard also does stuff about GE and how to get terrain maps off of Google Maps.
Yeah.
Yep. There was a really good one of those 4-in-1 maps way back. Back in, I think it might have been, it was either late 15 or early 17. There was 4 maps into one. It was the 09 map, the 13 map, another 13 map, and it could have been a 15 map. Might have been for 15. Had two of the 13 maps in it, the 09 and a 15 map, and he fitted them all together really well. It was a great map. I loved it.
The map I'm talking about though, I think it was just called the Irish map or something like that.
Yeah.
Or This Is Ireland or something.
Yeah, it could
like
be.
that.
There was one called This Is Ireland.
Lancy Boy?
Lancy Boy made it, yeah.
And
Shy Wizard actually helped him on that map.
That was his contest map, or contest mod.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was in the mod contest for 19.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Yeah,
'Cause I know
standards.
he done the moving hedges mod as well, didn't he? The hedges that sway in the wind.
Yeah, I don't know. 4x map of Ireland. I mean, you know.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, this is Ireland. It was standard size map.
Oh,
It was really cool because it was an Irish map, but it wasn't stupid tight. He built it with the hedges being a little further away from the road, and it was very, very playable.
yeah, that's unusual for a British style map.
Well, it's one of those things where sometimes you need to make it. It's still a game. You need to make it playable.
Yeah.
You can drive in much tighter places in real life than you can in
the
this
game, yeah, you can't.
You need
Yeah.
to make it Johnny proof.
No,
Wonko proof.
no.
It's quite a bar to get to because Wonko can get stuck in a verge anywhere. I figured that'd wake him up, but apparently he's still kind of grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was saying, you know, a standard size British map, okay, you know, I can put up with it. But a 4x British map with 4 times as many hedges? No.
Homeworld.
Yeah, I know, exactly. We did play that for
We
a while.
played that. We played that for ages.
I know, and we fiddled around with the
And
fecking hedges for ages.
Well, yeah, that was the one problem. They had like 6 or 7 hedges in one.
Yes.
Well, you know, the big problem with the British maps is that we're playing them wrong.
We are? Yes.
Well, yeah, we're playing them wrong. If you go to Britain, what size tractors are they using? 125 horse tractors.
Not everywhere, mate. No, they
No,
use
not
the big
everywhere,
ones
no.
too.
No, not everywhere.
No,
round
not
here there's, quite a few
not
big John
everywhere.
Deeres and stuff. And,
But I'm
there's a
saying that-
guy got T9.
But a lot of these British maps are based on places where most of these farms would be using 125 to 175 horse tractors.
That's
Yeah.
true. But the problem with the game is, if you get a tractor like that, you can't use hardly any of the implements because they haven't got the physics right.
No.
No, that's it.
So
Well,
I
hopefully
see-
in 22 they've fixed that because they've worked on the physics a lot.
I've
that was
seen
one of
tiny,
their-
tiny little horsepower tractors pulling huge fucking slurry tankers and all sorts.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know the Keenan food mixer?
Uh-huh.
I've seen I don't know, it's probably a 75 horsepower old Massey pulling and operating it.
Yeah.
Well, you try that on a 75 horsepower tractor here. It ain't happening.
No.
Well, I honestly think that I mean, in the old days of Farm Sim, they didn't have as many manufacturers and stuff like that. But I think that even with this game, with as many things as they have, they still don't bring you a whole lot of options. You basically have small and large for equipment, right? You have 3 meter, and then you've got the
Yeah.
biggest thing out there. There's really no advantage to using anything in between.
Jesus Christ, did someone just buy something?
No, there was a lot of lag there, though.
Fuck
Yeah.
hell.
Because it
I
seems,
died of death there.
it just always seems to me on Farm Sim, it doesn't really matter which version it's been. It's always been, so we use this Wrestlemish Combine every time we play because it's the most efficient buy. It has the best header, the header has folding wheels on it, and that's what we always buy.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you
Phil
have
the boss, thank you very much
Wonka
for the
bought
follow,
some.
mate.
What
you
do
have
How
a
you
whole
doing today?
slew of 300 plus horsepower tractors that you can buy. But anything between 300 and 100 horse is really pointless in this game.
Hmm.
There's no real reason to use any of it because the 100 horse tractors are great if you want to pull a wagon, but they can't do anything else. So you pretty much just use 300 horsepower tractors for everything.
Yeah.
My
But
Farm Sim 15
see.
game on Nokia, I used all the Deutz tractors, the big Deutz tractors. I had like 10 of them. We used them for everything. Because that's all he ever needed.
Nothing wrong with
You-
that.
You know.
Nothing wrong with a good Deutz.
But I would like to see, because the funny part is that you can have a 9-meter cultivator, and I've seen 9-meter cultivators been pulled by 140 horse tractors, and I've seen them where you needed a 300 horse tractor to pull it.
Mm-hmm.
So in the game, that doesn't really make sense, even if it's realistic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can get this cultivator because it takes less horsepower, but it's wider.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yeah.
does the same job. But in real life, it's because this is lighter. This is for, plowed ground. Like, the applications are much more specific. The tool for the application is much more specific than it can be in this game.
Yeah. Well, some tillage equipment dig deeper than others.
Well, yeah, in the spacing and the desired result of the effect.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of the old tillage equipment, you used a lot less horsepower to pull it because it didn't really do as much.
No, it just scratched the surface. That's basically all it did.
Didn't go as deep. The physical tool wasn't as heavy, which
No.
I see that's going to be a thing now. So now that you might be able to change with that.
Johnny, you know that fuel station that's on your farm?
Yes,
Have you got any fuel in it?
a little bit. Why?
Can
You're going to nick
'Cause I
some of
don't wanna
my
drive-
fuel.
I don't want to drive all the way down there.
I don't think you can.
You can drive.
I want
And
to
if he makes
let's
me,
see
and
if
he
Rummy
makes me
can.
a contractor.
Let's see. Yeah, we're not going to make you a contract. Let's just
No.
see if you can steal
If you-
our fuel, like the thieving.
If you can steal
something
our
you
fuel,
are.
you can pay for it. Because you can't transfer
I
money
will
from
pay.
one
I will
farm to the
pay
other.
for it. I will pay for it.
You can transfer money from one farm to the other.
Yeah, I will pay for it. I just want to know if I could take some.
Well, you can try.
I
There
don't-
is some in it. Not a
I
lot.
don't want to drive all the way down.
That's all right. When you finish, you can come on as a contractor and go down and pick up some fuel for us and deliver it.
Okay, I'll do that. I don't mind.
Bloody hell. Damn neighbours around here just come in and take our fuel.
So maybe this is going to be the version of Farm Sim I actually get a map out. Might happen.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, mine might even be released as well.
Oh, yeah, that'll be interesting.
Well, you remember that one I was working on, Johnny? It was a
Yes.
standard size map.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be nice.
Oh,
I was-
and Johnny.
I was going
Johnny,
pretty good on
um,
that until I got busy.
Yeah.
Till you got busy.
Well,
when you were saying about my the entrances to my fields,
Jesus. What are
I've
people doing?
adjusted them. There's multiple entrances now to the fields. Not to all the fields, but just to some of the fields.
Oh, yeah, good.
You've got to leave a couple of fields, Brummy, that are impossible to figure out how to get to. That's a traditional British map.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
didn't see fields, I call them. You can see them and you can't get to them. And then somebody puts a waterway or something in there that you can get stuck in because you think you can cross it, like easy and cheap, but you can't.
Yeah.
I've got an old medieval haunted house type thing as well. Looks quite cool. I didn't make that one though. I found that and imported it into Blender and then messed about with it. Not from the game either. Didn't find it from the game.
Well, I was working on this map and I used the real terrain of this area that I used to live in. And then I decided that I was going to use the roads and the terrain and I was going to make the rest of it up.
Oh, right.
Okay.
So
Sounds interesting, Doc.
Yeah,
So I get
so I
down here to your farm, Johnny.
put the
Aye.
roads in, and I put the telephone poles in, and I put a cell point in and some stuff, and then what I did was I put it in a game, and I went and I carved out where I wanted all my fields with a plow in the game, and then exported that into Blend or into GE, and I made all my fields based on where I just literally drove the tractor with the create field on.
Yeah.
And I think that actually gave me better results than trying to paint it, because I could actually see what I was doing. I could see what the terrain was. I could see it in the game of where I was going to be. And then when the tractor started tipping too far on the hill or something, I'm like, oh, well, we better get off of that, you know?
So you actually put the fields in game?
Yeah, it was a blank map, like No Man's Land. I just went in there. I had it so Farm 1 owned the entire thing. And I just went in there and I plowed up every single field I wanted to in the game with Courseplay.
With your terrain?
It was the map, yeah.
Yeah, it was the terrain map of what you downloaded, and then you made the fields in
Manually.
Yeah, it was
and
my
transferred it
map.
back transferred it back
No,
into GE.
I can't fill up from your fuel tank.
Oh,
Well,
damn.
I
What
pulled,
about Brummy? What about if I got in your tractor?
You can't,
You can't.
unless you're on the same
I
farm
can't.
as
Oh,
me.
right, okay.
So he did fill
you
up
ma-
from our fuel tank?
No, you can't.
No, I can't.
Won't
Oh,
give
well,
you-
that's good.
If you make me a contractor, I'll fill up and then I'll send you
Well,
some
we're
money.
not
Don't worry
doing
about
that. We're not doing that. You can have Wonko bring you a trailer of fuel, just like every other schmuck.
All
Sorry,
right,
I
then.
wasn't paying attention. What you insulting
Yeah.
then?
No, we were insulting Brummy by making you have to do more work.
Brummy's out of fuel. He needs you to bring him some because he can't fill up from our station.
No, it's all right. I'll go to the fuel station.
He's
I don't
stranded now, Wonko. How do you
care.
feel about
I'm
that?
not, I'm not stranded at all. Oh, just run your horses over. Sorry.
Oh, sick
He's got a
on
mean
you.
streak about him, don't he?
He does.
I'll do when I'm out of fuel.
No, there's so you go into your save game gizmo,
Yep.
and the save game creates all the same density files and weight
Right.
files.
Yep.
Is your map has, so you just transfer them over.
Right. It's just that I've tried using GE and it's useless. But in game, using No Man's Land, I can make maps.
Yeah, but Doc, you know that script I was telling you about for planting all the trees?
Mhm.
You can also use it for painting your fields. You just paint the fields wherever you want them. But you have to use a different channel, obviously, for each
But
field.
No, but I like the idea of
Yeah.
block because you can actually drive around it, Brummy, and you can see how tractable the areas are to actually drive up.
Yeah, the only way
Yeah,
that
but
it wouldn't work
I'm on
that
about
way
if you
is
know,
if you were
like if you
trying to do.
make your own map.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
if you
go
were
on.
trying to do, see, he could take his own map because that's what I did. I basically took one of the stock games, I flattened everything, pushed everything underground, all the buildings underground, redid the terrain with my actual, real terrain, and I do it differently than everybody else, but it's fine, it works for me. And then I run all my roads with splines, and then I do the terrain by spline. Because there's no actual roads; it's all painted roads on that map. It's all paint by spline. And then what I did was I went out there, I did all my telephone poles, I did all this stuff, and then I just literally drove out there, and I knew where I wanted some of the fields. So I got the big plow and the big tractor, and I went out there and I found myself where I wanted them, and I just started creating fields wherever I wanted them, and I would plow like a couple times around each field, so I'd have a good border. And then I go into G and I just color the center in, and then I would do my what do you call it? Field definitions. Which I see now somebody's got the script for the field definitions, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can just paint the fields where you want them, and it automatically fills in the field definitions for you. And then what you have to do, because in GE, after you've done it, it doesn't show any of the fields. So what you have to do, you have to go into game, and then it shows the fields. So you save it, and then import it again, go into GE, and they're all there then.
you're just taking out your whatever file that is and sticking it back into the out of the save game, right?
Yeah, you just Shy Wizard actually he's done a video on it. He's done one to show you how to use the tree planter one, and one how to do the field one. And well, they're pretty similar, really.
Who was that, Brummy, done the video on it?
Shy Wizard.
Shy Wizard, okay, right.
Yeah. I'll tell you something, you know, if ever I want to figure out anything on GE, he's my go-to guy, you know. I always go to him first to see if he's done a video on it, and if he hasn't, then I'll look somewhere else.
And you can message him on
he has.
You can message him on Discord too, and he's usually pretty good about responding.
Yeah.
I asked him about a couple of things. I was trying to export something out of Blender. I took something out of Giants and I exported it into Blender, and I was trying to export it, and when I re-imported it, like parts of it were weird looking. But I think we come to the conclusion that that was just because however Giants built that model, Blender did something to it when we exported it. Because I don't think Giants build all their own models, because they're not all built in the same. I have a feeling that a lot of this equipment get the model from the manufacturer, and then they in-game it.
Yeah.
Because some of these models, when you put them into Blender, there's detail. The whole insides of the machine is in the model to some extent, which is weird, because there's details of
several different modders that work separately, and some of their modders may have a different idea of how it should be done. As long as it's an approved way, they've got a free hand.
Yeah, but I've seen some of the balers and stuff have had there's parts of the internal workings of the baler that are modeled that you wouldn't need in the game. Like, you wouldn't ever put it there. There's no reason for it. Which makes me think that they get some of these models directly from the manufacturers, and then they in-game them themselves. Like, they clean them up to in-game them. Because they'll have the insides and stuff, like some of them may be engineering type models that they've cleaned up.
Well, that's how I found some of these models that I've got. I just found them on another website.
Yeah, there is modelling websites out there.
You have to put them into Blender, obviously, and then they have certain files with them that you have to take out, because they're no good for Giants Editor anyway, like different roughness maps and all that sort of stuff, and they're no good.
And
then you just export it.
Because the exporter version I have, when you export it, it has the physics properties and stuff. It will actually export that stuff now.
Oh, wait there. That's the one that if you have any modifiers that you haven't applied, it applies them automatically for you, doesn't it?
I don't know. I always apply them when I want to apply them.
Yeah, I think I've seen a video about it the other day.
Well, I mean, you should only apply the modifier when you're done with it, using it. I mean,
Yeah.
because I'll do a whole bunch of stuff with the mirror mod on, or modifier on, and then once I get it, like, complete to the stage where the next step is going to be just on a portion of that, then I apply it.
Yeah.
But I'm actually trying to learn how to try to model things with just cubes, basically. I just take a cube and I shrink it to my thing, and then I put one cube where I want, and then I use some sort of array or mirror image to give me the other things that I want.
Yeah.
It's like those grain bins and stuff. Some of these guys make grain bins that look really great, but then when you pull them up in GE and you see all the vertices, and it's astronomical. And it's like, well, as soon as you put that on, you place that thing down on your map, every time you look there, your frame rate drops. Because there's 4 billion vertices in that grain bin, because it's got all this detail.
Yep.
Well, that's the problem I've been having with these models that I mean, the houses that I've got, because I've got some houses, I've got like an old house with like a tin shed, which is
Oh, is that
pretty good.
Walko's place?
Yeah, yeah. There's an
He lives in
old,
the tin shed.
There's an old house with like a thatched roof as well. That looks pretty good. But that they're okay. It's just these other things. I mean, like a lamppost where it looks fine, and it doesn't look like there's actually that many vertices in it or anything. But for some reason, it's just acts weird. But I will definitely try that triangle thing that you said and see if that works.
It's not going to fix it. You got too many vertices to begin with, and you're just going to add more with the triangles.
Okay, so how do I fix it then?
You have to make a low poly model and use the high poly model that you have to create a normal map. That's what you need to do.
Okay,
You've just got to make a better brick, mate. That's what it is.
Well, the brick thing is easy, okay? The brick thing is super easy. So what you what you do with the
you
brick
you
is
just make the cube and resize it, don't you?
Yeah, you make the cube. So you take your original brick and you make the dimensions of the original brick however big you want your brick. Then what you do is then you reset it, so because it'll change your scale, and you reset it so your scale is 111. And then what you do is you create a cube of the same dimension and reset your scale. And then you can use the brick to overlay on the cube, and you'll have all that detail of the original brick with a low poly brick for a file, tax, I guess.
Hold on, I think my brain's just exploded.
So basically, you're going to have the low poly model the game's going to load, but you'll have all the detail of the one brick. And that way, when you do the array of the low poly model, it's not going to be nearly as taxing as the high poly model.
God, who knew modding was so complicated?
Well, it's not modding. This is what you're talking about. That's just pure modeling.
Modeling is complicated. Modding
it is
that much.
Modding really isn't complicated.
Practice. That's all modding is. Simple
yeah,
practice.
and then when you get to the scripting flip side of it, it's learning a foreign language.
Yeah.
Once you learn the language, it's really easy. But it's
Well,
really hard to understand somebody that speaks Chinese when you don't speak Chinese.
Yes.
You got a point.
And then it's the other thing, like with the scripting things, there's different ways to go about doing it, and you can, well, all of it's the same way. There's different ways to do it, but some ways are more efficient than others. And that's why when you look at the Giants models, you look at a tire and you only see one round circle, and you're like, well, how come when I unwrap a tire, I get two circles? Because they've used a mirror and they use the same part of the normal and specular map for both sides of the tires instead of just one. It's a very long and depthly process, and there's really no way to learn it other than one piece at a time. Because even the Blender Guru guy will tell you, like, he's done multiple tutorial series, and he'll tell you, well, in the last one we did it this way, but this one we're going to do it this way. And it's like, you could do it either way, it doesn't matter. We got the same result, but there's different ways we can do things, and it doesn't really matter. And he'll say, well, I built this chair like 7 times trying to find out the best way to build this chair. So I keep modeling this chair in different ways and using different techniques to try to figure out what was the best way to make videos to teach you how to build the chair.
Yeah.
So he's built this chair 7 times.
We need to create a modding channel on Discord. Oh yeah, we could do that.
See, I even watched a video of someone who's not too far away when he was modelling a shedding blender.
Yeah.
That was Ian.
Yeah. Ian, the problem with making another channel on Discord, it just means there's another channel on Discord that people will ignore.
Are we talking about your Discord?
Oh, yeah, most people ignore that. No one told me there's any mods. No one told me about this upcoming thing. It's been in my Discord for 3 fucking weeks. Oh, well, I never checked there.
No offense, Johnny, but your Discord is not exactly the hot spot of
That it
traffic.
should be. Should be. It's full of quality content.
Well, can you bring the girls in, do some dancing, get the music going? Well, I mean, come on.
There's music there. There's a spot if you want to post some girls.
I see how Johnny wants you to bring your own girls. I don't think that's what's bringing people to the party. People want to go to a party that already has girls. Now we got to bring your own.
You really want to go to a party filled with 60-year-old girls?
I don't know. It's better than dead ones, I guess.
Not much better.
Maybe you'll bring a party full of 60-year-old guys looking for 60-year-old girls. Y'all can have retirement pension parties.
No, because all the 60-year-old guys are going to be looking for like 30-year-old girls, aren't they?
Well, yeah,
Dirty
that's
man.
why they don't get any girls, is because they're going too young. You know, I mean, there's not the percentage of women that want 60-year-old men are usually in their 60s.
I wouldn't do that. That's terrible.
What?
Go after a 30-year-old
What did I say
woman.
about a mod?
You couldn't keep up with a 30-year-old. You can't even stay awake as long as she can.
I know. Imagine the fun
I was
she could
watching
have.
one of your videos on YouTube where you were modelling a some sort of a shed in Blender.
This is Ian you're talking to.
It was It was an old video.
Oh, it had to have been. Ian's old.
I think it was for 2000 for FS15, I think.
Yeah.
It might have been 17. Not sure. But it was like a time lapse. You didn't talk on it at all.
No, it's quite shy when it comes to talking.
Is he still doing modeling?
He's doing a bit, yeah.
Is he? Good.
He's
Good.
dabbling. He's
Yeah,
found some
he's
time.
doing a bale fork, or he's doing a bale fork at the
Yeah,
Oh,
moment.
he's doing a bale
There's a
fork.
picture of a bale fork in my Discord, and I think it's
See,
a very
I
nice
did
bale.
see
Imagine
it, Johnny.
that. Another thing.
I did see it. I do not ignore your Discord.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Usually the notifications are just because somebody was streaming.
No. Not true.
You'll have to check.
Why does this GPS suck so much?
Not for me. I think it's lag, honestly.
No, not lag. It just, you know how the old GPS used to snap you right to the line, right?
Yeah, this one
This-
doesn't do that.
This thing doesn't snap you to the line. It does this meandering, drunken weave, and
Yes.
Yeah.
all the years I worked at Trimble GPS, if a tractor was doing this, I would have to go recalibrate it, and then I would adjust it so it did do this.
Yeah,
I would have that thing acquire the line as soon as I hit the button, because that's what everybody wants.
Of
This thing,
course.
it goes past the line and then comes back. It does the drunken weave.
Yes.
Yeah.
The old GPS from 17, the original, was much better than this version. And
Oh,
And-
that GPS was fantastic, and it would actually turn the tractor around.
yeah, and all marks to the guy that's done this one. I don't want to take anything. There was no one else to do it. Like the guy that did the original GPS, he's modding for cattle and crops, silly bugger.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy that did this, thank you very much. But it has its problems.
Now he started this in 17, if I remember right. There was a version of this floating around in 17.
Yeah, it could have been.
I'm pretty sure at the very end of 17, I think he called it real GPS or something like that.
Yeah, real GPS. Yeah, you're right.
Because he was trying to make a GPS that the other one was very arcade game like, right?
Which is what
Got
it
your-
needs to be, because hey,
Well-
wait a minute, we are playing a game.
That's my point I'm getting to is you pull up a menu and you push some buttons and it worked.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that was a
Yeah.
problem.
No, it wasn't. It was good. I mean,
But
this,
he wanted-
this is the best we've got, and I thank
Well,
you for
he
doing
wanted
it
to make this one
more
a
realistic.
bit more, more authentic. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
he wanted to make it more like because when you pull up the menu, it's got A/B lines, it's got heading.
yeah.
The menu and the verbiage is
Where are we taking the bales?
To the bale sell point, mate.
Okay.
The animal dealer.
Animal dealer.
but it
See, and
I do like
You know what, you-
I like the interface a little bit better on this
Yeah,
GPS.
yeah.
I like
Well,
that
it's
you
a
can
more
do
modern one. More
I
modern
like
interface.
the AB, the 8.8 B point GPS line. I think is
Yeah, it's
a
good.
very good thing. I like that feature, even though I hardly ever use it. But he never finished.
Jesus.
He never really finished what it should have been, because this, if he was going to do it more authentic, he should have been able to do an adaptive curve, which means I drive
He's
the edge of
working
this
on it.
field.
He's working on
Hmm?
that. He was working on that in this version. It just
Well,
never come to fruition.
He just gave up on this mod.
I think so.
yeah, but I think that you should only be able to put GPS on something that would have GPS anyway.
You could put
Do
it
you know
on
what I mean?
anything.
Because-
You can put
You can put it
GPS
on anything.
anything. But
Yeah,
on
but
the
in
car.
the game-
I could put GPS on your lawnmower.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the game though, isn't it only the ones that have got like the little dome thing on the top that have GPS?
No, that's no. That dome gets placed there when you get GPS.
Right, Ronnie.
Ah, okay. I thought it was only vehicles that had that dome thing on.
No.
that would. Okay.
That's
My
what you pay
bad.
15 grand for, isn't it? On each vehicle.
That gets put
Yeah.
on later. That's like the aerial sensor.
What?
Okay.
What the
The only one with buildings was for a
receiver?
billboard.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, we used to just magnet mount them on.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, because the
I'm sure
antennas.
it was. I'm sure it was one of your videos here. I'm sure it was, where you was making like a little like a shed, a tractor shed.
I'm sure you've done one here. You did a few videos. I won't say quite a few, but you did a few of modding or mapping or
mod is
something.
on Giant's testing list at the moment. Oh, the GPS mod is on Giant's testing list at the minute, so it's probably going to get an update.
The one we're using?
I'd say so.
Well, I don't know. I'm assuming so.
It seems kind of weird that they would put it up for testing 2 weeks before a new game's coming out. But
No, well, if it's ready,
Yeah.
it's not a graphical mod. Like there's no, visual really, except for lines and the menu. When the new scripting gets released, you'll be able to just convert it, which I think is a good idea.
well, because I thought we were running the GitHub version, not the one on ModHub.
No, we're running Andy's version.
Andy's version of the GPS?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. He fiddled with it, didn't he?
Well, yeah, it was doing some crazy things from time to time. So Andy fixed most of those crazy things. Not all.
Yeah,
but most.
I forgot that we're running the version that he went in there. And, yeah. Because it had some major multiplayer glitches in there that... Okay.
Well, Andy didn't actually... There's a lot of mods on here that Andy interferes with in a good way.
Well, I know.
But it's in our... what's that mod we run? Game improvements or game enhancements or something. Mod enhancement. Yeah. It's a little script file that interferes with a lot of mods that we use. Makes them wrong.
Yeah, I know. That's because he wrote a global mod that makes all the changes for all the mods we want it to. So if we want to fiddle with something, we don't have to change the mod. We just change that one mod.
Yeah. There's no mod fiddling as
back
such.
into the shed to sell these bales.
Yeah, back into the... You'll see a shed there with 3 bays.
The one on the right or the middle?
No, back into the middle bay. Yes.
Middle bay, right.
I usually drive the front of the tractor in between the loading ramp and the fence. Drive the front of the tractor in there and then just back up into that. Yeah, unload and drive out. Press B and then Y twice once you're fully under.
Yeah. We're on our way back.
Ah, actually, I'm looking at Ian's channel now. There's only 15 videos on here.
Yeah, there isn't that many, but yeah.
It wasn't his. Who was that? I could have sworn that was Ian's.
Is it someone called Jimmy J?
Found them. It was on when I was doing the Funky Farmer map. Ah, right. Okay. Well, I just looked at the Terranian modding YouTube one, and I didn't. It's not on there.
Actually, if you think about it, this game wouldn't be the same without Andy, though.
Oh God, no! This game wouldn't be nowhere near as good.
I mean, just go into the mod hub, type in GTX, and see how many mods are there, and see how many of those we use.
Yeah, almost every one of them. There's some that aren't relevant, but yeah, because we don't use that particular
Yeah, he's got
thing.
almost 4 pages, hasn't he?
Bloody brilliant.
I mean, he's probably been on FS19. He's probably been the biggest influence on making this game what it is.
Yeah, and
You know.
you don't actually see the underlying thing either. When you type in GDX, you only see the stuff he's done. The amount of mods that use his scripting is on top of that.
Yeah.
You
Between
might
the
say,
ones
oh,
he's wrote for
he's done
people
a few with other people, hasn't he?
yeah,
and the ones
Fine,
people
yeah.
have stole.
yeah, the ones that he's, you know, the modders that he's helped and wrote scripts for their mods for them, and he's got like
Yeah,
a
that's right,
script
yeah.
that others use on their, you know, models, maps, everything. He's
Well,
a huge.
He told me not to
influence.
put any credit on it, and I'm like, "You sure, Andy? I don't know. You pretty much made this whole thing happen."
Yeah, that's right. That's the thing, though. He doesn't really want you to credit him for something that he's only been a minority help to. He hasn't actually done the model or the whole thing or anything else. But what he can't stand is when LS Mod Company totally ignored him and said it was their mod, their script.
Yeah.
That's completely different kettle of fish.
It is. I mean, I always download these mods anyway. Even if I'm not going to use them, I always download.
Yeah.
Yeah. And give him a 5.
Yeah.
No, it's one thing to not give someone credit, but to steal their credit and tell everyone that it was them, that's another matter.
Yeah.
And it's not because he wanted to be included in the credits. With LS Mod Company, it was no different. He didn't say, I demand to have my name in the credits. It was the fact that they said that they did the scripting and we wrote this and we did this.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he kind of teamed up with them because he thought that he was going to get some modelers, but he didn't really get any modelers.
No, he didn't. He just got used and abused. Nearly most of the stuff that comes out of LS Mod Company, even to this day, uses all the old scripting from Andy. He's improved on all that scripting now, made it better. So,
Well, when all that came out, I mean, it took Giants forever to release the Lua docs and stuff, so everybody was just tearing apart the game trying to figure out how it worked. And I think even when he wrote it, it wasn't the best option, but for at the time, that was the best option we had.
yeah, that's right, and that's what I said. He's improved from that, whereas LS Mod Company still uses the old scripting, or fiddled with his scripting and tried to make it better, but just haven't.
Well, there's nobody else that can script like he can.
No.
No one. I mean, I sometimes I
Well,
wonder.
he says that to me too. Like he says, you know, even if I'm not around to do mods or scripts and that for 22, someone else will pick up the banner. And I said, bullshit.
No, they won't.
They won't do half as good a job. It'll be a hodgepodge. There'll be maps and models crashing everywhere like there usually was. With someone that's trying to do a hodgepodge of it.
Well, look at I don't want to throw out names out there, but there's another guy that writes a lot of script mods for FS, but they conflict with everything.
Yes. Yes, they do.
And they're good scripts, they work, but they conflict with everything because the way that he's writing them, he's not obviously writing it in a way that other mods, you know, because I think it's probably the novice way to do it. Would be my assumption.
There is
Is that,
another
yeah,
good.
it
there is-
works great if you run a vanilla game with only that mod, but then you put other ones and it always conflicts because you got 2 mods using the same thing.
Yeah, there is another good scripter out there, but he actually works for Giants. He's a Giants
Wow.
employee, and he does work on a lot of their mods.
Was it like
but if
realness?
he's,
There are other people
I don't know if
out
he's,
there
he'd
as well
ever
that
go
make
private.
good
You know.
mods that use different key bindings. to
Oh
the-
yeah, it's
to-
great when
to
modders
the norm.
don't get an agreement on what key binding to use for what. And on some implements,
put 'em in
Q
the game,
unhooks it,
you've got to
and
redo
some
all your key bindings.
some implements Q unloads them, and you know you got shit happening everywhere when they don't correlate their key bindings. It's a mess.
Well, we
But
ran
as we've
into
said
that.
before, carry on.
Well, we ran into that with one of Andy's mods. That one of the ones we were using used the same key bindings that he had assigned for his mod,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I don't understand. I guess I don't understand any of that, but I'm just thinking that because I use the same buttons on my Xbox controller to do multiple functions.
Yep.
And I don't understand why they can't mod when I'm in this machine to have that key binding, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they can and they just don't do it.
I don't understand why Giants don't stipulate a standard set of key bindings.
They do.
So that if everybody's
They do. That's what I'm saying,
using
mate.
X
They do.
tip or whatever, you can't go and use Q.
Yeah. I know that.
Yeah, but
But that's what I'm
these
saying.
mods
That there is. Some modders make a mod and they just put in their own bloody key binding. And when you load that mod, it changes the key bindings on you.
Yeah, but why does
Yeah,
Giant...
but a lot of them mods don't appear on Model, do they?
No, they're not on
other
mod.
mod
That's,
sites.
yeah.
No, Grummy, the ones I'm talking about.
Hello, Simon. Then the rest of it motors. Good luck. Well, thank you. Good luck with what? I don't know, but thank you anyway. You're very welcome, Simon.
What?
With whatever he said.
All he said was good luck. He said hello and good luck.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Good luck with what? I don't know, but I'm very grateful of the good luck. I always have luck, but it's usually bad.
Oh, yeah.
We have it a minute. Pipe out, Doc.
With the lime, oh, I see, yeah. Yeah, she's chewing
With
it up.
lime?
This field needs a lime badly.
Oh. Yeah. It eats that lime, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's going from a pale green to a darker shade. That's a good start. We're getting there.
Well, you've also got to rescan your fields every so often too.
No, it usually tells you. You should after you finish cropping the field, you should reset the field. That way, it'll give you a new value for your profit margins on each field.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is I've never actually noticed that the fields need rescanning because I played on Little Norton.
Yeah,
and I
it
played
will
on
tell
that
you.
a
Yeah, but
lot.
it does tell you.
Mine
mate.
never changed from day one.
No. Sometimes it
Oh,
does.
it does. Yeah, because
no,
every
mate, we're on PC, not
Every
on
time-
PlayStation. Sorry.
every time you harvest it, you get a different shade of color. I don't know if you've noticed the bar, but the color of your field doesn't match the bar because it gets darker and darker and darker, and then it turns black.
Yeah, when it
Yeah,
goes to a very black.
mine's never done that on Little Norton.
Yeah,
though, at
some
all,
maps
ever.
don't. I'm just saying that, but some maps you will have to rescan. Some maps.
Oh, okay.
Not some maps, every map.
No, I've had
It
the
doesn't
same
have
as
anything
Brummy.
to do with the map.
I've had the same with
Well,
Brummy.
like I
The
said, Little
Brummy's had-
Norton, I've never had to rescan the fields. I scanned them the first time, and that's it.
If you're
Is
on,
the color the same shade? Because it takes like 10
yeah, it
10
takes
years
ages. It takes
and
ages.
seasons
Yeah,
to get to do it.
it does take ages. If
Yeah,
you're
but
on
I've played
PS4,
on that map a lot, and I mean hundreds of hours.
if you're on PS4, Simon, you'll be looking forward to 22 with the cross-platform.
Oh yeah, cross-platform.
PC and PlayStation and Xbox will all be able to play together.
More slots as well.
See you, Simon. Bye-bye. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, how does that work? The PC just gets downgraded, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
probably.
no scripty mods, no other.
Yeah, the first thing
yeah.
I'll be looking for is a 4x map, and then with a script in it. Then, oh, sorry, you can't join. This is PC only, mate. Oh. That's mean, isn't
Why
it?
do you
Aren't
have
I
to
mean?
be such a mean old man?
I am mean.
Yeah, but can
Do I
you
have
do it
to
that way?
sacrifice to allow PlayStation and Xboxes? You are looking forward to it, so am I, mate.
Will you be able to do it that way though, Johnny? Will you be able to say this server is only PC?
Yes,
If it's cross-platform, are you sure?
yes.
Of course you will be
they
able
can-
to.
They
Yes.
can only play cross-platform if they're not if the PC's not using stuff that you can't buy on the PlayStation modder.
Well, I meant-
okay.
If we're using something that's PC only, they won't be able to join. They can only join
Oh,
the
okay.
Yeah.
mod up only things. But you don't know if this new version's got more scripts.
Yeah, they might be able to use scripts
Know what I mean?
because
That they can use on PS4 and Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
doubt it because Xbox has always been very, you can't use scripty mods on Xbox to prevent cheating. Which I don't know. If
Yeah,
cheating on farm
Microsoft-
sim is just a reality, but
Microsoft have always been a bit strict with stuff like that, haven't they?
well, it comes more from the side of the playing the PvP kind of stuff.
Mm.
You don't want somebody
Yeah.
running a mod, and modding their system and having unfair gameplay online, even though they still get away with it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be a video
Well,
I saved on my YouTube until it got taken down about a guy that was showing you how to hack your Xbox 360.
Yeah, but wasn't there some big scandal at one of the game tournaments or something about a year or 2 years ago, where one of the groups actually got banned from playing because they were running some script or something?
Oh, they hacked their modded controller, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember like the full ins and outs, but I know they got banned from the tournament and they got
Yeah, mummy.
no, not
And then-
Farm Sim. It
Oh,
was
no,
it was a different game tournament.
And then
Like
Xbox
one of
decided
these
they were
ones
going to
that play
release.
like
Yeah, well,
Oh, it's
Xbox
money.
decided to release their
Right.
own modded controllers for sale because they wanted to get in on the action.
yeah, because this group of people, it was like this team of about 3 or 4 people, and the prize money was something like $15 million or something ridiculous.
It
Well,
can't
for playing
be
a
that
bloody
high.
game.
Come on.
They are. They're mega
Oh, God, yeah.
prices.
There's some game competitions out there that are worth millions.
They are. They're worth an absolute fortune. And they actually got caught cheating and they got disqualified. I think they were in the semi-finals or something.
Yeah, there's
It
millions
was,
to be
it was
made.
about a
in,
year or so ago, maybe 2.
those big gaming competitions. Yep.
Here I am working for a living.
Oh yeah. You could be playing Call of Duty and all that shit for millions of bucks.
Doing that shit for free.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Fortnite competitions as well, isn't there? You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep. It's usually the
Stuff like that.
first-person shooter type games, but there are
Yeah.
other games out there that do have competitions and big prize money as well.
Yeah, but I can't see out of one eye, and I've never had. I can't follow those games anymore. It's too quick.
Yeah.
Like I busted out the old original Xbox one time, and I started playing the original Halo.
Oh yeah, that was a
And-
good game. That.
I started playing the campaign of the original Halo on the original Xbox and everything, right? And I started to realize this was back when they made games for campaigns, and the campaign was really good. It was
Yeah.
really long, and it was really
Yes.
hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And ever since after that game, all the Halo games, the campaign has been okay. You can complete it in about 4 to 6 hours, and it's all about multiplayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, see, that's
most of the
ridiculous.
campaigns in those sort of games nowadays are just basically a tutorial. They give you a short campaign as a tutorial, then throw you into PvP against 12-year-olds that have got reflexes of a bloody gnat.
That's what I hate about some games is you'll pay 50, 60, 70 pound for a game.
Yep.
And it's over in like 12 hours or something.
Yep.
Well,
Do you
a
know
lot
what I
of
mean?
but a lot
That's
of these
ridiculous.
newer games, they're releasing the multiplayer part of the game for free now. If you wanna play campaign, you have to buy the game. But if you
Yeah.
just want to play multiplayer, it's free, and then you have to pay to play, kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
World of Tanks is free, World of Warships is free, right?
Yeah, and they should
Yeah.
be because they're shit. But anyway.
But if you want to get anywhere, you got they have. It's like
yeah, it's like
It's like the smartphone games. Anything you put on your phone, it's always free to download, and it's a bunch of garbage trying to get you to buy stuff. And they make the game just so you get frustrated enough to want to actually pay for it.
yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like that's the modern console gaming style.
Yeah.
You know.
Or you have to buy coins or stuff like
Yep.
that to
'Cause
to
I
get
don't-
further.
I don't think the PC gaming group, which keeps getting in the smaller and smaller minority, they don't agree with it, because PC gamers are used to paying $20 to $30, maybe $40 for a game, where the console people are paying $50 to $80 for a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
You
there
know,
are some
The
subscription
same game. I
games
want to
out
make
there
it
where
clear,
you pay
it's the same game.
Yeah, same game. Yeah. But I mean, there are
You know-
subscription games like that Star Wars game. You pay like a monthly subscription for it, and like World of Warcraft and them sort of games.
Yeah, and I don't really mind the subscription type games, because those type of games you're joining like a massive multiplayer type thing.
Yeah, but like for
Yeah.
instance, Star Wars, you don't have to pay a monthly subscription. You just miss out on some bonuses and
Well, yeah, yeah.
your backpack space and a banker, things like that. And that's fine if you're just a casual player. If you want to be serious, then you would pay, a subscription, which is somewhere around
Yeah.
between $10 and $15 a month. which
But I
is
mean,
fine.
the thing with the subscription games as well is you don't get so many idiots on there. You don't get so many trolls on there because
No,
if
maybe not, but they're still there, mate. Believe me.
oh yeah, there's still a few, but you don't get so many as like say you would on Truck Simulator, for instance.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
no.
That's full of them, isn't it?
No,
But
no, that's right.
if ATS and ETS were like a subscription-based thing, you wouldn't get hardly any trolls on there at all
No,
because they'd get their account banned, and then they ain't gonna want to keep on paying £7 a month or whatever
Yeah.
for to keep getting banned, are they? You know what I mean? So it stops people doing stuff like that. Then
Well, I used
not
to,
everybody. It doesn't stop everybody, but it
No.
stops the majority.
like back in the forum days when forums were really, really popular, 20 years ago. And everybody and their brother would join a free forum, and it would just be a complete bunch of garbage all the time.
Yeah.
But if you joined a forum where you had to pay $20 a year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you had an annual subscription to this forum.
Yeah. You got
Then-
a better class of people.
Yeah, you had a lot better
Yeah.
class of people, and you had people that were more serious about what
Yeah.
was going on,
Yeah.
why you were
Yeah,
actually
you
there.
get
Much
a better
more
class of idiot, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the
It's
founder
much
of
more helpful.
PCSG actually had a free place, and it actually had pretty decent people on it somehow. I mean,
That was
I
weird.
don't know how. I don't even know how that
I
was
mean,
managed.
There's a few weird people on there. I mean, Johnny and I were on there for a start.
Hey, wait a minute.
Well, I think that it wasn't
I was
available on
very
Google
helpful
search.
there.
You
I
you
was-
couldn't find it on Google, so that was probably why it was so popular amongst like the speakeasy crowd. You had to
I
know
was very
somebody to
helpful
get
on
in.
there. Thank you, Brummy. I gave good modding tips.
I
and helpful
know,
stuff.
I'm joking. But talking of PCSG, where I've done searches like to try and find how to do certain things in GE, and I found videos where they're saying, "Oh, well, you just go onto PCSG and you download this file and you can do that." I'm like, I can't do that. It's not exist anymore.
I go to PCSG and it says, "Yeah, error."
Yeah. Sorry, I was sold to an idiot.
I want to make it clear it's not Wanko's fault. We're not ragging on
Given
him.
to an idiot.
No, it's definitely not Wonko's fault.
Not
No.
Wanko's
Oh
fault.
no, definitely not Wonko's fault.
We fully understand that he doesn't have life in between drinking and drinking to keep track of it.
Oh, if only. Yeah.
The only part
Not
he
enough
has- the
hours
only
in the
life he has-
day where
The only
Wanko
life
was
he has
sober to
between the
take care of it.
drinking and the drinking is the more drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't take care of it when he was drinking, and trying to find sober hours, he reserved that for work.
True.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at how well you know.
Nobody wants a drunk plumber in your bathroom.
He's
Yeah.
good job on not plumber then.
He's an electrician.
Really? I thought he was an electrician.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he does plumbing for depending on what the hostess looks like.
No, we used to do kitchen fitting.
Kitchen fitting. Oh, is that what they called it?
Uh-huh.
Kitchen fitting.
Kitchen fit. Yeah, so he fits kitchens in places they shouldn't be.
Used to. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, in the bathroom.
Kitchen fitting sounds like code word for adultery.
Yes, ma'am.
He used to fit the-
I'll
he-
definitely fit your
He
kitchen.
used to fit the kitchen in the bathroom because he was drunk.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yep. And
Both have
that's
a
when he
sink.
said, "Oh,
It's
this
easily
is
to be
that's it.
confused. I don't know what the problem is.
That's it. I've got to
Yeah,
give up
that's
PCSG because I'm fitting kitchens in bathrooms. I've got to stop it."
Well, after he was busy all day fitting kitchens and bathrooms and then having to put the kitchen in the proper place, he just didn't have time.
No.
Because after that, there was a lot of sorrows to be drunk away.
Yes.
And that's when you could go to a pub and it was actually open for business and there was people there.
Yeah.
Not
You
allowed
know,
to
back
have
in
that
those-
sort of entertainment anymore. That's disgusting. How dare you be entertained?
I don't know. Here where I live, it's back to normal. I mean, it's normal. It's normal. It's no different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
You know,
it's pretty
you-
much back to normal here as well.
you go to a city or something. It's weird because you go in a city and you don't have to wear a mask anywhere unless you're unvaccinated, right? But
I
then
don't understand
every
that.
place, but every place you walk into, all the help has to wear a mask for no reason. Doesn't matter. Everybody
Well,
has to wear a mask if you work there, but the
it's
people
been-
that come into the store don't have to wear one if they're vaccinated. So
This is what the joke is. It's been proven that masks don't work against COVID. They do nothing, but we have to wear it.
well, you
It
don't because
stops
you don't go outside.
It stops the spread of it. That's why.
But it doesn't.
It doesn't
How?
actually help. It doesn't help COVID. Of course it does.
How?
It doesn't help anything.
Well, of course it does. If you've got COVID and you're wearing a mask and you're coughing your guts up, it's going into the mask. It ain't spreading across the room, is it?
Oh, like
Brummy?
that.
Brummy.
I see.
Robbie,
What?
the COVID virus is smaller than a sperm cell. Okay?
You speak for yourself.
No. The COVID virus is smaller than a sperm cell.
Right.
But you-
Okay. What's
So
that got
are
to
you
do-
gonna wear a sock as a condom and hope for the best?
Of course.
What?
That's what I've always done.
I'm just
What are you
saying.
talking about?
I'm just saying. You
How
use
would
a
them
sock
two
as a
things-
condom is gonna be as effective as a mask on your face, unless you use an N95 mask, which is designed because it's actually a class of a respirator, which is it totally different. But nobody's using respirators. Everybody's putting a freaking homemade cloth mask on their face, which
Yeah.
is not gonna be helpful.
But it's trendy.
Do
Look
you remember earlier in the stream when I said that my bot caught a word, the ISIS, and it didn't catch another word? I think that's
Yeah.
what you were talking there.
No, it's so the only type of masks that are going to be effective would be an N95 mask.
Which is a respirator.
It's a
Right.
classified respirator.
They're the only ones that
95%
work.
of particulates are filtered out. The problem with an N95 mask is most of them, almost all of them, have an exhale valve on them. So it filters 95% of, particles out, but it exhales everything out of you outside the mask. So the entire outside of your mask, it will be completely covered in possible COVID particles.
But it won't let it in.
But it won't let it in. Okay.
There you go
It-
then. So there
I'm
you
not
go.
done yet, Brummy.
They are effective.
I am not done, because the whole
Oh.
premise of why they told us to wear masks was because to prevent the spread from other people.
Uh-huh.
So if I don't wear a mask, it could affect you that have your mask on. But the N95 masks usually have an exhale valve, which defeats the entire purpose of everybody wearing the mask, because it's supposed to keep your exhale in. But this mask lets your exhale out, so you don't die.
But it depends on the fabric that the mask is made of as well.
The only
Well,
way.
some
of
fabric-
course it does,
some-
but nothing actually
some
is
fab-
effective.
but some fabrics are denser than others, and some if they're double layered or triple layered, then they're effective.
The only way to effectively stop COVID is that everyone must wear a hazmat suit.
Or die.
No, yeah, well, that's right. No, it's the only way.
We could kill everybody, and there will be no more COVID or
Yeah.
global warming. It'll be
Yep.
fine. Everybody will be dead.
Yep. That's the
'Cause
only way to
I-
prevent it. The COVID vaccine does absolutely nothing.
No,
I saw
actually-
a video-
Actually, Johnny, I just heard today that they've released results of the COVID vaccine by vaccine manufacturer for the U.S. here, and their effectiveness, and some of them are down to 17%.
Of what?
effectiveness.
Uh,
So 17 out of 100 people that get this particular vaccine will not get COVID
Oh,
when
really?
exposed.
Oh, that's damn good. Everyone should be vaccinated with that.
Yep.
And hope yours is 17 out of 100.
I think you two idiots are missing the point.
Yeah.
What point?
The vaccine is not a fucking cure.
No,
It
It's
stops
not a
your
vaccine
symptoms
either.
killing you. There's a
It's
subtle difference there.
yeah. The
Yeah, but it's the effectiveness of it, and it went from when it was approved by the FDA in the U.S. It was approved at like 85, 90% effectiveness, and now the real data is showing with all these breakthrough cases that it's only 17% effective.
Yeah.
Now I'll give you that the other that was the worst performer, but the other vaccines were down from 85 to 95%, depending on what they were approved at. Now their other two were down around 50 for their effective, because we have data and we have people that are getting COVID that have been vaccinated, and
Well,
it seems like about every other person that's vaccinated is going to get COVID.
the fact is, after this huge bloody lag spike, what the fuck? Is the game
But
crashed?
buying things.
The game can't believe what it's hearing from you two.
Yeah.
No, everybody's going to get COVID. Everybody is going to get
Well,
COVID.
that's what they're counting on.
Yes.
Well, no, that's not what they're counting on. The only person that's not going to get COVID is Johnny, because he doesn't leave the house.
I've left the game, apparently.
Well, you left the game because you got COVID.
Yeah,
Johnny doesn't go outside. He's allergic to sunlight.
someone's hacked
There's
me
nothing we can do about it.
just to stop me talking.
Yeah. No, but it's
If only.
The NHS released data a couple of weeks ago about the COVID cases because they were rising. But they said, despite the fact it's rising, the amount of people that are dying from complication because of it has dropped dramatically.
yes, it
So
has.
people are still getting COVID, including people who've got vaccinated, but they're not dying and they're not getting so severely ill, needing hospitalization.
But
And what's
that's
come out
fine.
of Israel, because Israel is the most vaccinated country in the world. And the funny part is that they have the highest rates of vaccination of any other country. And they have still the same infection rates that most of the other, developed world has been experiencing.
See it, Ian.
Yes.
Sorry.
But
But
they're not dying from it, are they?
But
My
they're
sister
not
had
dying
COVID
from it, but the new variant, the Delta variant, is also proven to be in other countries that are much less vaccinated. The Delta variant has been more contagious, but much less likely to be lethal. So
The problem is there's too many idiots that are not taking precaution, i.e. wearing a mask to limit the spread, avoiding close contact, not getting vaccinated. I mean, what a bunch of fucking idiots they are. That's why we've got Delta variants and other variants that may actually prove a lot more fatal.
But
So
still.
you just described me, Wonko. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and me. Mate, I don't see a reason to take...
You're taking precaution. You've been quarantined for 10 years, Johnny.
I know, but I don't see a reason to take the COVID vaccine when it does
You don't
not.
leave the house. You'd have to go outside to get the vaccine. That's more risk.
But,
No, but his son does.
yeah, and he doesn't
the
want
other
to be
biggest part of the
vaccinated for a
problem is
similar reason. They
All
cannot.
the rich nations haven't lived up to their promise of helping the poorer nations with the vaccines.
No.
No, and
There are
you're right
so
on that
many-
either.
So many vaccines sat in storage, but the governments won't release them for transport to the countries that need them.
No.
Oh, we've got heaps. We've got enough here to vaccinate the population 4 times.
Yeah, but you're coming from the country that's the least vaccinated of all of us.
Yeah, And I don't see a reason to be vaccinated. That's the point.
But
The
you guys
vaccination-
also, you've had the lowest amount of cases in Australia, too.
Yeah. The
But
vaccination.
you
know,
also
because
lock
it-
down everything every time there's a case.
Oh,
Well,
no,
in
I'm
Australia,
not. I
everybody
don't know why I can't get in.
outside. In Australia, if you're outside, it's mandatory to wear a mask, even if you're outside.
Yeah.
And the only time you don't have to wear a mask is if you're drinking. And what the police have been doing in Australia, they've been going around the parks and places like that, and seeing people with coffee cups, because obviously if you're drinking, you don't wear a mask. And they've been checking their coffee cups to make sure they've got coffee in them or a drink in them. And if they haven't got a drink, because some people have been walking around with just a Starbucks cup in their hand or whatever, just so they don't have to wear a mask. I mean,
No,
how
it's stupid.
stupid
I
is
don't
that?
mind wearing a mask. I don't mind. What I mind is the stupid reason to get a vaccination. A, the vaccine doesn't stop you from catching it. Has no effect. B, the vaccination doesn't stop you from spreading
But
it.
nobody ever said that it did.
No, I
stop you
know.
from
All it
catching or
does,
spreading it.
all it does is mask the symptoms of the vaccination, of the virus, so you don't know you have it. Why do
No,
I
it
not
doesn't
want
ma-
to know?
It doesn't
Purpose
mask
of
it.
vaccine.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't
Johnny, my
mask it
sister
either.
went
It does.
away on holiday, came back, she got COVID, her and her husband got COVID. On the second day, they proved positive. Second day after they got back. But all she's had is like a cold.
Yeah, but Johnny's right, though,
But she
because
still had to isolate for 10 days.
But
there's many vaccines that we've, taken before. A lot of vaccines are based so that you could still, if you tested for them, like the mumps, for example, you could test positive for the mumps. But you didn't ever actually have the mumps. You were infected with the mumps, but you never had any symptoms because, the virus
the
is.
vaccine. So
But you have the vaccine, which is
natural antibodies in response to the vaccine. That's how vaccines work.
But this vaccine does not work that way.
sorry, Wonka,
These-
it does.
Oh,
But-
seems to.
These are not actual vaccines. These are closer to a flu shot. But the RMNA technology that they've used for these, the reason it's been developed since the 70s, but the reason that they never really used it before was because the results have always been very less desirable in realistic testing. So the actual results that they get was usually a lot less trying to find a cure for the common cold kind of thing. The big problem with corona-based viruses, family viruses, is that they mutate extremely fast.
It's a SARS virus. It's a form of
Well,
SARS.
yeah, SARS. It's a SARS-2 virus. They mutate and adapt extremely fast, which is one of the big problems with actual vaccines. So these vaccines we developed were for the original coronavirus strain. We now are basically seeing pretty much exclusively the Delta variant of the virus, which all these vaccines are really ineffective against, or half effective against. But the good news on the Delta virus is that it is much less lethal. It seems to have a much lower rate of death, which we also, going almost 2 years into this, we also now have treatments. We are developing over-the-counter antiviral medications as treatments. And I personally think we should just end the whole COVID thing and move on to a COVID treatment plan. We have testing,
Well,
we
they've
have
got that over
treatments, we have testing, we have treatments. Let's just treat this like the flu. We've had the flu for, I don't know.
And it's killed more people than COVID-19 ever has. in
No.
a single year
No.
that COVID has in 2 years.
No, not the flu. It's pneumonia.
Well,
Pneumonia kills an average of 130,000 people in the United States a year.
Yes.
Pneumonia.
Yeah, but they're not worried about that. That's fine.
No. And a lot of
COVID
I
that
actually
kills 20 is more important.
one of the guys I know that was in his 80s caught pneumonia and ended up in the hospital because elderly people catch pneumonia.
Yeah, I've had it.
They're more susceptible. So he caught pneumonia, went to the hospital, was actually doing well, was ready to get discharged, and caught corona while he was in the hospital and ended up dying from that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I think is I think it actually skews the numbers because I think a lot of elderly people that have passed away from this, unfortunately, it's been a complication of either pneumonia and corona put together, and you're also dealing with people with weakened immune systems.
Yes. And yeah, it doesn't matter what. If you have a car accident, you happen to have COVID. Oh, it was complications of COVID. Complications of driving a car. What?
No, you laugh.
I don't know
but-
what planet you
so-
two live on.
No. You may laugh, but they've done that. They've done that here because the government pays.
Well,
the,
if you
the
die in a
government
car
pays
crash,
the
they're not
medical.
going to say you died of COVID, are they?
They
no,
do.
but no, they do because
Of course they don't.
because
Oh,
the
mate.
medical service providers get paid more money from the government because of a pandemic.
Yes.
So the more
What did he
people they
die
can
of?
claim is the
well, his
victim
head was
of
crushed
COVID.
in, but he had COVID. Right, he died of COVID. Nothing to do with his head being crushed in by the car accident.
It's an extreme example, but it happens a
It
lot,
does
especially
happen, mate. Believe
in
me.
our older population. It happens a lot here. And it's to get the federal government dollars from the pandemic relief. The more COVID deaths that you deal with at your local healthcare provider, the more pandemic money that provider's going to get.
Yeah.
And our healthcare system is actually financially in trouble because
yeah,
the hospitals
Okay,
shut down all their revenue sources.
yeah. I get that, right? But if you die of something, so somebody's gone into the morgue. They've been stabbed 17 times. They're not
He
going to
had
say,
COVID.
"Oh, it's okay. It was the COVID that killed him."
Yes.
They're not going to say that, are
They
they?
are. And they do to get the
Shut
funds.
up.
You're thinking like somebody that has their head screwed on right.
God almighty.
They do, mate.
What are you?
That's
planet
how
are
the
you to,
the COVID numbers get stacked.
No, it's not.
Okay, it must be your country that's
It's
exempt from that, but yeah, it happens here. As far as I
You
know,
know
it
why?
happens
'Cause
in
we're
America
sensible
because I've
over
heard
here.
reports from over there.
The numbers over here are people who died that tested positive for COVID within 28 days of dying.
Yeah, within 28 days.
It doesn't actually say they died of COVID. It just says they got COVID within 28 days of when they passed away.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they have a car accident and they get their head squashed, they ain't going to say, "Oh, COVID killed him."
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it.
Oh, dear me.
I mean, it's not like the government to scam you or the big health professionals. They would.
Do you know who these two remind me of, Brummy? They had the Flat Earthers Society on
weird.
GBM the other week.
That do I?
They had the Flat Earthers on, was it GMTV?
Oh, yeah.
3 guys sat on the sofa explaining how the world was flat.
Yeah.
Did they
It
do a
was
really
as-
good job?
Oh yeah, they convinced me that they were fucking idiots.
Yes.
Listen, you know what, Wonko? Let me just show you on this game. It's completely flat. You could fall right off the edge.
Yes.
Okay then.
Are we gonna sleep or are we gonna argue about all the stupid people that believe in stupid things?
That's
Oh,
nice.
turn super strength off, Johnny.
Why? You'll need it again in a minute.
No, I won't.
Oh, I can't because
Oh, there's a staple in my foot.
You got a staple in your foot.
I
Yeah.
did.
You've been on a
Where'd I
staple diet.
I don't know where I got a staple from, but I put it right in my toe.
I like that one, Johnny. That was good.
Yeah, I've been on a staple diet. Guys, get me all wound up.
I don't know. Have you give up with your bullshittery now?
I don't know who you're talking to.
The Peria.
In fairness, Stock's probably right for America because the health system is not free at point of use. So
What?
Well, it's not, is it?
The health
That's
system
where
is
your
not what?
companies can get away with saying, "Oh, so and so died of COVID, so they get extra money." It doesn't work like that here.
Okay.
They get a budget and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you guys have national health care systems.
Yeah,
Yeah, so do we.
it's
But
not
you
perfect
can't
by
tell
any means.
me that if
Yeah,
one of the
'cause
hospitals have a spike of 80% more COVID cases this month than last month, they're not going to get a higher budget. You can't tell me
Nope.
that.
Yeah, because
No, you don't.
here it's more lucrative to have more COVID deaths because the more COVID deaths you have, the more money your institution gets.
Are you guys
You
fast
know.
forwarding, or are you just not bothering? You're happy?
I'm outside my combine waiting.
Yeah, well, Andy fixed that, so you don't. That's in that little game script that we got too. It won't throw you under the map anymore.
I'm ready when
Okay.
you are.
The only problem is I've got a carrot harvester on lease.
Oh,
Ah, right.
Oh, you do?
oh,
It
I
sucks
do
to
now.
be you.
That sucks to be you. Yeah, that doesn't affect us.
He's got it on lease and on a worker. Oh no, it's not on a worker anymore.
I could spend $15 and go and get a house mat and sleep myself.
Go on, then.
Johnny, turn off super strength.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
Johnny,
I have to log in as admin again because I got booted.
Johnny.
Being as you can only have one on the map at a time, I'd like to see you try.
Really? Is that a challenge?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Elmer's
come on.
logging in. He's
We
doing
haven't
that.
broke-
Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's chucking it down a rain.
We haven't broken a map in a long time.
Bloody
Sheep
shut
are full up,
Break it
by
over
the way,
Wonko's
whoever-
head. A
whoever's got
minute.
sheep. Somehow I got stuck in the bridge here.
What the hell?
Oh,
Oh,
What's the matter now, Johnny? What you doing?
Wonko did it.
Wonko killed his sheep.
there's loads of.
Good.
How come we didn't sleep?
We did
You did?
sleep. It's 5 in the morning and raining
5 in the
now.
morning, 10 to 6.
Why is it
Right,
say
Wonko
it's sunny out and it's
can't tell
raining?
time. I know, yeah.
Oh,
it
there's
says
a few
it's sunny,
spits.
it's still raining.
It says
And I
it's
can still
sunny and it's-
I can still harvest anyway, so
It's just as dark as when we bloody went to bed. Jesus Christ.
hey, that's about right for me anyway. It's usually dark when I get up.
Well, all our fields are harvested, so I don't really
no,
care.
they're not. Field 1,
Oh, nobody cares about field 1. Go away.
apparently.
I'm all concerned about field 1 for some reason.
Oh, we can always sell it. You don't
You're
wanna-
like Rain Man. You get locked onto something, and it's the most important thing in the world. Get tunnel vision. Can't look at anything else except field 1. I've been saying it since the beginning.
Yeah. I know.
You're making Gizmo pick up your bales. What are you doing?
I did not.
Are you going to be finished anytime soon, Remy?
I am busy. I've been liming every friggin' field.
Probably not too much longer now.
Too much longer than what?
If I could see the field, I'd let you know. Shouldn't have too much longer left.
Yeah, I've got no idea. I think I'm liming the road. I have no idea where I am. And the lights
that's
are on.
about right for you, isn't it?
Nobody's
Yeah.
home.
That's
Yeah,
about
Do you
right.
right.
feel one yet?
I'm not doing field one. It's raining. Lick my ass.
Well, I'm harvesting in the rain.
Because Aya didn't show up today. That's why.
Or is that
The
what's
horses
raining?
need riding.
She
The horses did need riding, yes.
Shit. Yes.
They've skipped a day now. Poor horses.
Don't worry, Johnny will ride them.
Ride 'em,
That'll be
ride
next
'em,
week.
ride 'em.
3 hours of Johnny riding horses complaining
No,
about
we've
it.
only got 2 horses that need riding, thank you. The other 2 are breeding.
Yeah, this week, yeah.
Well, we're not going to grow another bloody horse during the week when the server's turned off.
Well, you never know. You might forget to turn it off like you did last
shit,
week.
run out. Who's it? What?
Do they breed then?
Yeah, but the
we
server
got
shuts off
breeders.
and no one's on it.
Got a breeding pen. We fitted it last week. You were here?
Oh, that's what we was clearing the logs for, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make room for the breeding shed.
He didn't even know why you guys were trimming them all up. He was just doing it because you guys told him to.
Ah.
What
Oh,
a
they
good
never
employee.
He is.
No questions asked. Just goes and does what he's told.
Yeah.
Boy, he won't last long.
Yeah. That's just mean, mate. Mean.
What? You gotta just ignore everybody, go do something you don't want to do, and make everybody angry.
No. I only give people the good jobs to do.
Well, we got plenty of money. It's time for me to buy another tractor.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, Doc. You must be getting withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah.
I need an articulated tractor.
Uh-huh. Yeah, big butt would be very handy here.
It would, except you did put it on the server, you prick.
Well, I'll put it on the server and you can use it as a yard tractor next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to use it as a yard tractor. You won't be able to
Won't
get it out of the yard.
friggin' out of the yard, yeah.
Put singles on it, it'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
You're not buying a big bud, are you? Seriously.
And a green cart.
Get the giant mother bin too.
You know, it actually comes in
Yeah,
handy.
yeah, one of them big mother bins, yeah. That'd be great. The big one that I use on, that I used to use on Western Australia.
Yeah, no, the one I use on Western Australia is much better than that one. I like it better.
Yeah, but the one I've got's bigger.
Yeah, I don't care. The one I
There
got.
used to be,
Yeah, but
I mean, you got to drive
it'd be
it around the
more-
road.
it'd
But
be
there used-
more fun watching him drive it
Yeah.
and manoeuvre it to the fields.
Super strength carried
Hey,
out
so-
of the field.
It's all about the fun factor, never mind about anything else.
There was that, used to be that Australian mother bin, and they had all the Australian-made chaser bins and stuff
That's
that
what
they
I
did
use.
in 17.
Yeah, that was in 17, weren't it?
I
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was
I
a-
used them on.
that was a good one, that
I
was.
used them on. I used them on Western Australia. They were converted for 19.
Oh, they just weren't released on Giants.
No.
Oh, I didn't want.
I hunted
haven't
them
seen
down.
that.
Well, I told you I'd send them to you. You went, nah, I've got these ones. These are great. I said, okay then.
Did you?
they're the same ones I downloaded and I hated them. No, well, I like them.
Yeah,
They're
but
good.
Johnny, when you speak,
We
you
need any of
all
these
I hear is blah blah
feed
blah.
or anything.
You know,
It's usually a
Wanko,
blah 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 when you speak.
we should just put Brummy and Johnny in their own room.
I don't know. You're all fucking mad.
Only while
Well,
we're
he
breathing.
started out welcome to the madhouse, so I don't know.
Would you have it any other way though?
No, I suppose not.
You'd be kind of bored if you had to listen to people try to make actual conversation.
Exactly.
It may change if they actually made any sense for 5 minutes at a time.
It's
Oh,
against the
You
what's
might-
the
rules.
fun in that?
You might not get, drunk and sleepy as quick. You might be actually engaged in the conversation.
Nah, he still wouldn't get a word
Instead
in.
of,
No,
yeah,
Do we
instead of
need
trying
any
to
of
get a
these
word in and then
bales
forgot what you were
for,
going to
the
say.
animals?
I'm sorry, Gizmo? You want to do what?
Do we need any of these bales for the animals?
No.
No. Right.
All to be sold.
The only animal bale straw we can use is actual straw.
Oh, this.
So-
It doesn't say what they are on the trailer. It just says square bales.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
need them anyway. We don't have that. Oh, the pigs. But they use very little
Or-
straw.
Yeah, well, horses need it too, but
Oh, do they? Ah,
Yeah, I
thought-
thought it's a
I
straw
thought horses needed straw.
Yes,
bale. Yeah,
they do.
they do.
do they? Oh,
Yes.
Alright, so take field 1 with the loading wagon, put it in a silo.
yes, because field 1 is... Well, you're doing oats at the
Yeah.
moment. What's
Yeah.
Where's
That's
that on?
this is actual straw.
Yeah, you
this
can
isn't
use that straw.
Corn straw or whatever. Somebody go fix the sheep.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
owns the sheep?
We do.
We own
You
we
do?
own the sheep.
I'll be there in a minute. There's plenty of bales there that can be sold. I've moved them. This will be the third time I've moved them off the spawn point.
Well, why did you pick them up and take them?
Oh, because I'm waiting for a decent amount and a good price. At
There's
the
an
time,
auto
there
load
hasn't
trailer
been
right
one.
there. You could load them up.
Yeah,
He's waiting
yeah.
for somebody else to do his.
And there is that.
Master of evading responsibility.
No, I'm fully responsible.
You're responsible for evading responsibility.
Yes, I'm right on top of that.
Yeah, I bet you are. You sound like my old boss.
Yeah.
You're gonna take care of things, and you're gonna delegate somebody to take care of that, and you just never do.
Delegate, relegate, all that stuff.
I love those guys. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I really understand what's going on here, and I'm gonna delegate somebody to
do
make
that.
sure that these kinds of things are taken care of.
Yes.
That's called a politician.
Yeah. No
They
responsibility.
say that they make a lot of promises.
It's
they
called
never
a
do
lazy
any-
bastard.
Yeah,
No, they make a lot of promises. They never
Okay.
do anything, and people still get elected doing it.
I got several trophies to that effect. Thank you.
I couldn't believe that.
Most of them are gold. There's one silver. That was the year you entered.
Yeah, what?
Nothing.
The year? What?
Is he getting more senile on just Fridays?
What?
No, he's always been this senile.
I don't know. He seems to be getting worse.
I've never seen the Nile before, ever.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of it.
I play Anno with him. He seems kind of in touch. He's just moaning and groaning about people attacking him.
Never.
Well, you moan and groan about everything that pops up on your screen.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
How dare
Ah,
it? It shouldn't be
you
there.
say a bunch of words that you can't say when you're streaming.
I usually say them anyway.
Play Anno with a pair of Australians, you learn a whole new vocabulary.
Yes. It's fun, eh?
It is. I've learned so much. Especially from Stu. Stu can put some words together in a sentence I didn't think would go along together, but he makes
Oh,
it ring
yeah.
really nicely.
Yes, he's quite poetic when it comes to that.
He is. He's got a talent there.
Yeah, I heard Johnny put words in a sentence once.
Yeah.
Usually
But-
it's just gibberish.
A complete sentence.
Oh no, it wasn't a complete sentence, just half a sentence.
Oh, just a fragment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to fill in the
Nonsensical
gaps
sentence.
myself.
You did a what now?
What do you use? Gorilla Glue or?
You what now?
Yeah, well, it's the best, doesn't it?
It sticks pretty well.
It does, yeah.
It does?
I use that all the time for sticking my gorillas down.
Oh, yes. Them
I hope I
gorillas.
never have to live in a state of confusion like Johnny.
What? I don't have Alzheimer's. Keep telling everyone.
I don't know. The last
sometimes.
conversation you two had, I think your partner's in the same house.
I have sometimes, not Alzheimer's. Because I still sometimes remember stuff.
Where are you two? Every piece of equipment I drive by, there's nobody in it.
I don't know. I'm emptying the sheep pellets off the sheep.
You know why they're not in it?
Because we're not there.
They're over
why
there
they're
with the
not in-
sheep together.
Ooh, are
Because
we?
they're somewhere else.
Oh, I'm moving the bales.
Oh. Oh, there's the baler I drove by, wasn't it?
There's one over there now.
I'm in Aya's tractor. Selling the bales.
I'll get putting your
Johnny's-
fag out on her chair because
Johnny's-
she'll kill you.
Johnny's doing the sheep.
I'm sure he is.
The wool. Yeah.
What, can you color that tractor or no?
I wonder if the new outfit's going to include welly boots.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, they are.
They've made them especially for Wonko, for when he's tending his cows.
That's why they're called Wonko wellies.
Yeah.
You know, Johnny, we got a whole pile of manure here.
I know. I'm going to buy a spreader for the back of the truck and use that
Well,
to
you two were
fertilise
talking enough of it.
sometimes.
I
But I
thought we
wanna-
already bought a spread. I thought we already did.
Did I download that really good elevator thingy?
Says
What's
on the
Who's it?
says on the record, Skippy.
What's it? Who's it? The elevator lifting thingy. What's it? What are they called? No.
Conveyor belt.
Conveyor belts. Where's that in the list?
That is,
Just
in,
a
that,
raid.
is in, that is in the mod list, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Some
I'm looking.
conveyor belt.
There. Baling system. Did I download it? It's the mod. It's not the one I wanted. That's not the one. No, I've got to download it because I'm going to shove it in the manure pit and then get a spreader to
Yeah, but
use the
there's
manure.
one in the list on Discord.
Is there?
If you look under mods,
Did I? But I
on
didn't add it to the
on your
game.
Discord, there's a conveyor belt at the bottom.
Mods. I'll go
Yeah,
mine.
there is. You put it in there.
Did I?
Did you? Have you not?
Well, unless he's
uploaded it?
not put it in, he's just put it up on Discord, and he ain't bothered got it on the
Oh
server.
well, I was just. I
That
haven't put
sounds
it
like
in.
Johnny.
No, I haven't put it in because you guys never look at that and download it. So.
Right. Well, I looked at it, though, Johnny.
Oh,
I
you did?
mentioned it.
You're
Yeah,
good boy.
I looked at
Good
it
boy.
as well.
Good boy. Oh, you did not. Don't lie to me. All right. I'll have to include that next week so I can shove it in that manure pile and we can use the manure to do things with, spread on the fields. Anyway, I'm going to end here. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Thank you for watching us and putting up with us, especially that
Yeah,
lot.
putting
You
up
know,
with us.
they're so hard to put up with some weeks. I want to apologise to you. But anyway, thank you for the guys,
He wants to, but he won't.
and especially Wonko, for being here this week. And we'll all catch you next week. Smash that like button. It won't hurt. And Ian says good night, everybody. Good night, Ian.
Good night, Ian.
Right,
We'll
Ian.
catch you.
No,
We'll catch
So,
you all
why
next
especially
time.
Wonko?